Nukkle HeDD Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. Like, not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Oh,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay tight, I stay loose, I stay tight, I stay loose, I stay tight. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah. Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit. Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
The devil from Hell's Kitchen made his way to She-Hulk and the fucking knuckleheads from New York and from Miami. We can't forget Cavs have made our way to fucking YouTube. We will not die, we will not run, and we will not take any fucking prisoners when it comes to this shit. Do you fucking feel me? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth? We do this shit for real. We don't do this shit for fake. We don't get markers to color in the coloring book. We don't get chopsticks to eat fucking cheese doodles. Fuck you.
Actually, not a bad idea.
It's not. It's not.
So, guys, I just want to reiterate, as I always do, how they never warned me for this shit. And here's how I'm going to do it this week. Every time before we do this podcast, we link up for like a good 2-3 minutes before, make everything is running right. 98% over here was wearing a white tee. He did that all during our 15-minute intro. They never prepped me for this shit, bro. My guy, thank you so much for being here. First like and first comment per the usual. Ashley, we got you on that.
Word.
We got you on that.
Real quick, before we get to the fucking question of the day, I got a question for Lay. Why? Because that shit rhyme bars. Put that shit in there, normal guy. Put that shit in the mixtape. Lay, what day is it?
Oh, it's the greatest day of all days. It's Comic Book Tuesday. Duh.
It's fucking Tuesday.
That's right, baby. Y'all thought we was joking when we said that every fucking Tuesday we out here with the real shit.
Look, the day that we put this podcast on is probably the greatest day of your life. But to us, it's just Tuesday.
fucking facts, baby. Word.
Hey, Taekwon Mills, what's going on? Thank you for joining Early Bird. I like punctual people, man.
Word.
Speaking of that Street Fighter quote, I was lucky enough to get the Street Fighter 6 closed beta. Apparently that shit was like very rare. That was a Bison reference.
It was, yes, it was.
Point for Taekwondo Mills. Point there. Thank you for noticing. So apparently it's like real difficult to get that shit. I was able to get it, and let's just say my fingers hurt.
I hear that.
I played a lot of fucking Street Fighter this weekend, bro.
I hear that.
Awesome.
Shit. So as always, we got Cabs, Lay, 98% Cap in the building. What's going on, everybody? Yo, we see Cabs got the fucking the Street Fighter blisters on his fingers.
Yo, the top of my thumb right here is really bad. Like I was working, bro.
Yo, and these kids are lucky they didn't have the controllers we had growing up, because they'd have really had blisters on your fingers.
And I fucked up because I think that I'm some like kind of god or whatever, and I'm not in Street Fighter, so you got a choice of going what lobby to go into, and I chose the most difficult lobby for expert players, and it took me a while to get into the rigmarole there, but I got some wins.
Nah, hey.
Your guy is Dan.
No. But I have massive amounts of respect for Dan and Dan players. Dan is a very sneaky, like, professional play. Like, people have won millions of dollars with Dan.
Yo, you got to get up close with that Hadouken.
Yeah, man, but he's crazy. Ashley, we will get your question, promise. We're gonna do our question of the day, and promise we'll get into
That's
that
right.
before we do She-Hulk, the Daredevil showing up, and then Werewolf by Night.
That's right. Lay, what's going on, man? How's everything with you, bro?
Everything was great, man. I couldn't ask for more. It's funny. I actually saw a show in person today.
He told me.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, just exactly what I thought. you know, picture somebody, then you see him, you go, yeah, let's press. There's show.
There you go.
It was good to work anyway, and I was going to pick up little man. I was with my lady after my appointment, but I was like, oh, what the hell? What do you know? Like, really random. You don't expect it.
Yeah.
You just go, the UPS guy, he looks like, oh, shit, a show. Really random. I turn to my right, I go, show.
Was he working?
Yeah, he was working. Yeah.
Nice. That's
He
fun.
was
gonna get
working.
package late.
Oh yeah.
He was taking his sweet time. He was also placing it mad gently. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter.
Yep. Word. Wait. Shit. We got the devil of Hell's Kitchen himself in the building. What's going on? 98%.
You fool!
Not that one, wrong one.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that when you want to, you go watch Disney Plus for all the Marvel shows. But when the Marvel shows fail you, you come watch us.
Ooh. Hey, how's that
Bing
green
bong.
lady, huh? That was
Hey,
that
word.
green lady, huh?
Yeah.
We're gonna need details after the show, okay? Okay, Matt?
Why would you?
Wait. Yep.
I want to know if Matt asked her to turn during the.
Well, you know I can't see, so
Yeah. You can
that
feel
radar
though.
sense don't work for everything.
You can feel though. My man was. That She-Hulk coochie hitting.
Word. Word.
Taekwondo. Oh boy, we'll get there.
For real. Yo, man, it felt like it was last Tuesday that we were all together.
Right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy how time works.
Right?
Yeah.
Shit, one day after another, like they think we're some kind of bitches or some shit. It's all right,
Yeah,
though.
bro.
Yeah, we're here to change shit.
It's like a job.
Yeah. Shit. So, does anybody have a question for today? All right, Lee. Was that a I do
No.
if no one? Oh, all right.
That's I do not have a question.
I thought that was like a ninja shit. Like if no one has one,
I do. I have a question.
I got one. All right.
I have a question. So, in the theme of Werewolf by Night, not as much horror as I thought, but still very interesting and different. I know that a lot of us here have dealt with like loss and stuff like that. So I don't really want to focus on that, but I want you to name a scary situation that you were in, you know, like where you were like, oh shit, this might be it. Not like you were gonna, you know, something bad, but like you literally like were scared, like maybe a little poop came out. So I'll start while y'all think. You know, Krills and the guys, you know, camping was always a big part of our upbringing. I'm pretty sure Krills has mentioned camping to you. When we got of age, we started taking camping a little bit more serious, a little bit more extreme, right? And we went to still like mountain, the gunks, what we call it. Yo, like a 3-hour hike, you know, fucking 40 pounds on our backs of, you know, equipment material. Whatever we get up there, everything is good. The guys had to go back down to get some stuff, provisions. And it's me and my boy Lou, and whatever, just there chilling. And, you know, we're young, we took stuff to have fun, you know what I mean? So we're just there chilling, and all of a sudden we just hear the freaking grass, like, something's there. Something is there, bro. And we just keep hearing it, and it'll like go away and come back. And, you know, we have protection. There was like knives and stuff. And I'm like, Lou, grab something. Like, grab something. We don't know what this is. And it just kept circling and circling. There was a snake hole not too far from us. And I never heard of no rattlesnakes in New York, but we heard some maracas. And like, without the other 3 guys there, the silence was really like
deafening.
Like it was like we could hear everything, every little movement. And I thought some shit was gonna pop up and just get us, bro. Like I thought it was like we were about to fight some kind of animal. You know, we had a couple knives, but you know, I'm not fucking Rambo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I could take out a boar. Boars are dangerous. So we started like walking towards the grass a little bit, to the highlight grass, seeing what we found. Luckily, we found nothing. We did not hear any more rattles. We did not hear anything else. But that moment was, I really thought that I was gonna have to like fend for myself. And this isn't like fighting a human being. I will fight a human being 10 out of 10 times over fighting a boar. That's a fact. Even if the human being is big, like boars and even like wild deers, shit could be dangerous, bro. And we should just go camp like it was nothing. There was actually one time where the guys, I wasn't there for this camping trip. They killed a snake. Like someone just launched a rock, hit a snake. But like this area was there, like there were animals and the grass. Like, bro, I'm talking about like, you see where my couch is?
Yeah.
I could see something moving in the high grass. We never knew what it was. Nothing. But for a hot second there, I was on survival mode. I don't know what the hell could have been in there. Maybe it was a porcupine. Who the fuck knows? Maybe it was something that wasn't dangerous at all. But I never got to see it. I had a knife in my hand and my heart was fucking racing. Legit scared. I was scared. Yeah. Crazy. It was a weird situation.
I got the next one if anybody. So, Florida, 2004, September.
Oh,
Hurricane Ivan hit.
Oh, Lord.
We're hauled up in the Civic Center, and somebody's got to go watch the civilians because when shit hits the fan, apparently civilians want to fight each other.
Oh, yeah.
So I volunteer because I'm like, yo, if I volunteer now, then I'm going to be off for a while because they had like a rotation shit. They neglected to tell me that the civilians were on the other end of the arena floor. I opened the door to get to the arena floor. The roof had already been torn apart.
Oh, Lord.
The wind and shit had been picking up shit in the arena. It's raining in the arena. Lightning strikes all up in the fucking sky. And I got to run, not across, the entire length of the arena from my end to the other end to make sure idiots don't fucking kill themselves in the middle of a fucking hurricane. You guys remember that show, American Gladiators?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
You know how they had that thing where you had to run from like blockade to blockade as they were
Yeah.
And they hide and shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I had to do. Run behind anything and everything that I could find to make it to the other side. And I was like, yo, thank God I was fast back then.
This was the moment when you started losing faith in humanity.
No, I'll tell you the exact moment. The exact moment I lost faith in humanity is same situation where there's two moments. The first one was this guy, as the hurricane's hitting, the eye hasn't even passed us yet. The hurricane is actively on us. Took his 4-year-old child, his girl, his wife, and his son, who was probably like 10, and walked into the hurricane because we wouldn't let him smoke.
What the hell?
That's one. Two, they've been feeding us one meal a day to make sure we had provisions. And as I'm standing guard in the civilian hub, motherfuckers are opening up coolers, making sandwiches for themselves, asking me when the fuck we're gonna feed them.
I hate humans. Fucking hate humans, man. And like, it's situations like that when you really see what we're really about. When people are fighting
again,
for
like I
toilet
said,
paper.
Like I said, I had to go make sure that nobody killed themselves, that nobody was fighting in the middle of the night during a fucking situation where we all should have been banded together to make sure everybody was comfortable, nobody was scared. You know, make sure the kids were all right. Nah, yo, it got to the point where the local cops, or I think they were sheriffs, they turned around and was just like, yo, here. They tried to hand us guns so that we could just patrol because there was more of us than them. And the people in charge were like, nah, they're still in A school. They can't test the gun yet. But that's what it came down to.
Jeez.
So
that
you
is
want to
scary.
talk about scared?
That is scary.
Not only there, but for the people who he walked into the fucking storm with his little girl. Like I'll never forget that image of him just
to smoke a cigarette.
Trying, he's fucking go Like you can't chew for fucking 2 days, wait for the eye to pass us, then you go out and kill yourself with fucking cigarettes.
You know what's funny? During Hurricane Irma in 2017, Miami didn't get like hit pretty bad, but like I was around a area that was sort of dangerous, but I was like stocked up, ended up being kind of chill. But like I wanted to smoke a cigarette. And I'm in my bathroom and I opened the window for a second and the wind just said, boom, and just all the doors in my house literally said, like everything said, boom, like a gust of wind just came in and just like rocked my entire house. I didn't think that was possible. I didn't know that that's how it worked. I cracked the window like this much, and I just said, boom, the bathroom door slammed against the wall. That's how hard it like flicked off.
It's the pressure.
Yeah, man. I didn't know it was that serious. Did it? I did not know.
Yo, at the end of it, when everything was said and done, we went back to our base. We had to cross a bridge, right? And right over the bridge to the left side was the golf course for the officers and shit. There's a pedestrian bridge that's a little bit lower, but alongside, so you can walk safely. That shit was overturned and curled up onto the road, onto the left side of the road as you were coming in. And the fucking golf course, we dubbed it the mini golf because there were boats, there were trees, there were shit just planted on each of the fucking holes.
Oh, crazy. Who got their next scary moment?
Yeah, I was probably 20, 21 and had just started going to bars alone. Like I was just like, I didn't care. But I went to a dive bar on the Lower East Side. I can never remember the name of it. It's closed now. I walked in there. It was probably, I want to say 1 a.m. And those were back in the good old days when nobody searched anybody. So I'm actively looking, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing shanks, guns. I'm talking about everything's around me. And I'm literally sitting here about to order something. I keep looking like, and then one dude starts staring at me.
Oh boy.
And it's not like that thing in Family Guy, that airplane thing, eyeing you from across the room. This ain't nothing positive about this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah, shit, I think he knows I'm young, but whatever, you kind of going with it, right? Walks up to me. Every step, I was like, yo, this dude is either going to stab me or shoot me in the face. Literally gets like within 10 feet of me, then turns back and goes back. And I was like, whew. All right. So I leave about maybe, I want to say I'm about 10 blocks away. I turn around and dude's there. You know what I'm saying? Now the shit is just, now it's to the point where I do have something, you know what I'm saying, on me. But I just didn't know in the bar you can take it out until I was too late. Yeah. And I turn around, take out my knife. He goes, oh, drop your watch, man. I was like, it's like I was about to stab you, bro. He was like, I see the knife, man, but you just dropped your watch, bro. That's all I wanted to tell you. I guess he must have walked towards me, noticed it, came back, saw that I left and picked it up, and I was about to stab a dude that was being nice to me.
Those
Just
motherfuckers.
because I was in a place where I was like, I saw the hostility everywhere, bro.
That's New York in a nutshell.
Well, yeah,
That's the kind of place we were raised in and grew up in, bro. Like, you really had to keep your head on a swivel. I can't blame you. You never know.
I said,
because the one time you slack is the one time where you shouldn't have.
I'm saying I started looking and actually you see the grips, you know what I'm saying, and you see clearly the knives and shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, this is a situation I'm in. You know what I mean? You know what? After that dude looked at me and goes, I don't need to be here, man. I'm putting myself in the situation. And then I literally have this habit of like every, I want to say 10 minutes or something. You know what I mean? When you do especially that late.
You went into that bar from Sons of Anarchy.
It possibly was. But yo, dude, I turned around and I was like, whoa. I was like, oh shit, it is my watch. Next, man. I was going to stab that dude, bro. That scared the shit out of me, bro. Right? Me thinking about it now, I'm getting nervous. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
I just remember him walking towards me and then stopping short of it. And I'm like, let me get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It was different. You know what I mean? Mostly because you're alone. You know what I mean?
Word.
When you're with somebody, it's different. But you're by yourself, man, it's a completely different animal, especially in a place that it feels hostile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you feel that tension. You know, you may be the only one. Everybody else knows each other, but you're like, I don't know anybody in here. If I'm going down like a sweet muffin in here.
Sweet muffin.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, man, it was
sweet muffin with some hot butter on it.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. Going down.
Great breakfast, by the way. Love a muffin with some melted butter.
But it was just weird. Like it was one of those things you need to experience. So when you go to a new place, you feel the vibe right away. You just leave.
Yeah.
After that shit, I know I was like, when I go to a place and I feel that way, I bounce right away. I was like, I don't like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. That shit could be a fucking movie theater. I'm like,
follow that gut instinct. Follow that gut instinct.
We spoke about it before, vibes right off the back. You're just like, I just don't like where this is going or how that person is. You know what I'm saying? Ain't about being a bitch ass. It's about living another day. I'll tell you right now.
Yo, like, you gotta be more like me. Because if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be a sweet muffin. I'd go down like one of those pills that's just too big to swallow, and you're like, yo, we fighting the whole way.
I'm taking you with me, motherfucker.
If I can't take you, I'm taking as much of you as possible.
Yeah.
Nah,
but I mean, that dude with the watch was about to get it, but
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about, like, because I don't like being around homeless people because they're crazy and you cannot, you know what I'm saying? And there was one time I was on the train by myself with one of them, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, and I'm like a stop away from my stop, and I just said, you know what? I have I'm on the other end of the train. I'm like, I got this feeling my man's just gonna get up and start running. So I got off the stop before me, and I waited for the next train. I was like, I don't know. I was like, any other person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit.
That doesn't make you a pussy, but
No.
bum strength is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
Yo,
Bum strength is unmatched.
do you know
Absolutely.
what makes the whole like bum strength or zombie strength or the outdated shit that we can't say, the R word strength?
Yeah.
It's the thing of we don't do our full potential because our mind subconsciously prevents us from getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that filter.
Yep.
And once you don't have the filter or that fear of getting hurt, you're 10 times stronger than you actually think you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what makes them so dangerous. Is while you're trying not to get hurt, they don't give a shit if they get hurt.
Yeah.
And
That redefines the levels of not giving a fuck. And that just it changes it all because they really don't give a shit about anything because they got nothing to lose.
It's like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you heard about that guy in Florida that ate that other dude's face.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody thought there was zombies around.
Yeah. You guys remember the thing in the subway where the dude took a homeless guy's seat and the homeless guy stabbed him like 32 times?
Yeah,
and
bro.
they stopped the D train while the dude was in the train with everybody else in the cart. Once again, that dude had, just because the dude took his seat, turned around and shanked the dude 32 times, bro.
Yeah, man. Them homeless dudes.
And then my favorite part is stopping the train literally between stops. And he's there just in the seat, bloodied up, bro.
You got one,
Yeah.
Toe? Or was that your moment there?
I don't have, you know, I grew up in the Bronx also, but you know, I was never allowed to go out. So I don't have those somebody's gonna kill me moments. But I do have a I almost killed myself moment. Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna answer your question, Ashley.
We're gonna okay, so shit just got real.
So
Shit just got real.
the first shoulder operation I had, I tore my rotator cuff. I was working at Toyota, and I was going to college.
Wow.
So 2 days after my operation, I had class. So I drove an hour and a half in Long Island to my school, and
Where'd you go to school?
Suffolk County Community College.
Yep.
So the second class I had was canceled, so I only had 2 classes that day. So I was like, all right, I get to go home early. I only knew that Vicodin was addictive. I didn't know what it does to you. So
Yeah,
I'm on nerve medication, Vicodin, and some other shit.
Driving.
Yeah. So and it's snowing.
Probably a soda deep.
Yeah. It's snowing.
That shit does not help those pills. Soda?
Yeah. So I'm like exit 62 on the LIE is the exit for my school. I'm around exit 4139.
You got 20 minutes to go.
And I'm like this. Oh shit! I woke up. I was like, oh, all right, cool. There was snow in between lanes, so I hit the snow. So I'm like, all right. I kept driving. Oh shit, yo, dude, I was this close from getting run over by a fucking Mack truck.
Oh Lord.
And yo, I was scared shitless for about 15 seconds and then started falling back asleep. Yo, dude.
I don't mean to laugh, but
Yo, dude,
with all that adrenaline, you can still go back to sleep.
Yo, dude,
This motherfucker's got narcolepsy.
All the medications are like,
Yeah.
son, that's enough. The
Yeah.
medications are like, that's enough, bro. You're going back to sleep.
And the crazy shit was I felt all the pain. It just made me drowsy.
Yeah.
And after that day, I stopped taking shit. The second shoulder operation I had, the doctor told me you need to take these. Like these are supposed to stop the nerve ending pains and all other shit. I took it once. I was like, fuck it. And I never took any of them. I healed without I think I took the muscle relaxer because my shoulder wasn't moving.
That's the one that you need.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And I was like, yo, I'm not taking the shits because if all they're gonna do is put me to sleep, I don't need help sleep. I don't need help. Trust me.
Yo,
I go to sleep now if you want.
Sunday, Vin Toe got up at like 12. We sitting there, we trying to watch something at 1 o'clock, and Toe he just woke up, and he's already fucking going back to sleep.
Lucky in the building.
What's going on, Luck?
Like an edible Oreo cookie. Them shits is wild. Let's go ahead and help out Ashley a bit, who is going to a main event October 22nd, she is in the arena by herself, and her mom is taking her. Well, number one, as advice that I can give you, find out what kind of bags are allowed. Some of these places let you take a bag as long as it's clear. You could buy one of those for like $5-10 because you're gonna buy swag. You're gonna have shit. The baby's in the building. Thank you so much. So like, find out the bag situation. I feel like it's very important. Every time I end up going to a event like this, I end up taking a bag that I can't use. So I just like have to end up fucking throwing it away. It sucks. I've lost like 2 string book bags because of this shit. So find out what kind of bags you could take. Because if they let you take the clear ones, those are super cool. You can stuff a lot of things in there. Be comfortable while you're enjoying the show. I hate having a bunch of swag that I can't carry properly at shows. I don't know if that's just me being OCD as fuck, but that's just me. I can't deal with that shit.
The only thing I can offer in terms of advice, because I'm not a social person, so the only thing I can offer, if you have the superstar experience, manage your expectations. You're going to be in line for longer than you're going to get to see the superstar.
Facts.
So if you get a couple of words in, cool. If you don't, it's just show up. They either sign to take a picture and move on. Don't take that as a disappointing experience. Because you still, even it might be a little bit rushed, but you still got to meet. You still got to get an autograph. Like it's still personable. But just manage that expectation of, you're not gonna wind up with a 20-minute conversation with your superstar.
And get your food early.
Yeah.
You're not getting food mid-show. You might miss something. The lines are longer mid-show for some fucking reason. I don't know if that the wrestling experience that I had here, we try to go mid-show to get something right fast, like in between, like, what do you call those? The little like
Intermission?
Yeah, the little smaller matches.
Yeah.
That don't really count for anything. But shit, everyone had the same idea, and that shit was packed. I had to tell my son, yo, hold it in, because we're going to miss half the damn show. Hold it in, and we'll get something when we get home. He's like, cool, don't worry about it. So get your food early. I know people like to sit and watch the show while eating, but that may fuck you up. You might miss a lot of time, like, with the food.
What I'm going to tell you is just live in the moment. Leave the phone in your pocket and just live in the moment. Enjoy, just take it all in. Like Jericho would say, drink it all in, man. Everybody wants to whip out their phone and take a picture, and the experience is enjoyed more when you're just there. Just be there, be present, Ashley, and trust me, it's literally going to be an experience you'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? Just be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because here is not how you live life. This isn't life.
Yeah.
This is life. Right here, you know what I'm saying? First indie show I went to, I was gonna take out my phone, and a lady next to me was like, "Don't do that. You're gonna ruin the experience." I was like, "What? Leave your phone in your pocket." Like, all right. And she was absolutely motherfucking right, man. I couldn't have thought better of it. You know what I mean? It's like when people see fireworks and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody cares about your fireworks video. Nobody gives a shit about it. Or like a concert where you record the whole concert. Also, you didn't watch the concert. You
watched your phone. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, just live in the moment, man, and trust me. Usually those house shows have some of the most fun matches you'll see in the entire thing, and they usually go pretty long, and the wrestlers just have a fantastic time doing it. You know what I mean? But Tisa always said I would prefer to do a house show than anything televised. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm just live in the moment. If you're gonna do like Cap said, we're gonna do something with like a star, you could take a picture of that, but as it's going on, just live in it. Just soak it in.
Yep.
And be careful for the pyrotechnics. They're very loud.
Yeah.
They're super loud.
It depends on where you're sitting.
Yeah, for sure. But that shit was scaring me the entire time.
Yeah. And like I told you yesterday, don't accept anything from any strangers. Don't accept open drinks. Get your own food. If you leave a drink somewhere, get another one.
Yeah, for sure.
Leave it.
I know that sounds stupid, but that's great advice. Legit good advice.
Here's another thing, and I know it just said that I'm not the social one, but being that you just put your age in here, don't be afraid to enjoy the show with the fans around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they chant, you chant. If they say something, respond. But do not be overly friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you can get a vibe on if somebody's like really cool and all that, but engage, but don't offer up any more information than you have to about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the staff will. You just let them know where you're sitting, and any staff member is going to point you exactly where you need to go.
Or hey, Ash, you got Google. Look at the arena. Try to learn some entry and exit points right away. Like again, I know this all seems kind of arbitrary, but no, it ends up working out in the end. Every time I go to a football game, a new stadium, I always look at the top-down view, know where the exits are. Because, yeah, that just sucks. It's like there's so much people there. Mm-hmm. You don't want to fucking slip and bust your ass. You want to know how to get around. So maybe study the area. I'm pretty sure wherever you're going, you can Google, the building. Learn some of that.
Well, Cabs probably said it. One thing you really want to know where it's at is the bathroom.
Yes.
Know where the bathrooms are.
Learn where the bathrooms
Do
are.
yourself a favor. All right, when you go in there, just look around. You know what I'm saying? But, just know where the bathrooms are. You're going to want to know that. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing, Ash. And I really appreciate you, letting us know about your condition. It's very strong of you. That's awesome. We appreciate you letting us into that. So especially someone with autism, and things could get a little fast for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And so much people around and all of that stuff. So maybe look at the arena first, like online or something, and learn positions and see where you're gonna go and stuff like that, so that it could all just work out really smooth for you in the end. But you should be fine. Just don't think about it too much and just go have fun. I am not the hugest wrestling fan at all. I've been out of the wrestling game for a long time. I went to my first event with my son, and that shit was like better than any basketball game I ever went to. Maybe not some football games. Definitely all the baseball games I've ever been to. Like, it's really fun stuff, man. I had a blast, and I don't even know who's coming out. It's fun to see all of the shit that they set up for TV only. When you see them physically setting it up, it's hilarious. Like people who end up coming out from like under the ring, you see like a mob of like staff like walk by. And they'll just like be in the middle and they just like duck in real quick, like, yo, we saw you, bro. But like on TV, you don't see them. So enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And on a fun note, because this has been more on a serious stuff, but on a fun note, cheer your favorite superstar, boo the bad guy.
Yeah. It's all part of it.
Live it up.
Yeah. And
congrats on 32 subs. That's awesome.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is awesome.
And one last thing though, seriously, if anyone makes you uncomfortable, do not be afraid to get up and go to a staff member and let them know, because that's not the WWE environment, and you shouldn't have to deal with any of that. So just don't just sit there and act like you have to take it. Find an associate there and let them know what's going on.
I mean, it's everything is fans are fans, and some fans are just like people are douchebags, and others are just legit to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So,
I feel like this is the most mature we've ever been on this podcast.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
The most mature, and I'm in a Daredevil hoodie costume.
Well,
I mean, with all due respect, look, we got a Marvel shirt. I'm wearing a Nightwing shirt. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Nightwing,
yes,
there has been a lot of buzz over the Gotham Knights game, and I've been looking at some footage, and still doesn't look great. I feel like I am gonna be disappointed, but it looks much better than Marvel's Avengers, which I played the shit out of. So I will be updating you guys on Gotham Knights. The story looks really good. The way they still keep Batman in the story without him being around or being a playable character is great. The bickering with Red Hood and Nightwing is top tier. I'm looking at so I like these kind of games, these Destiny, kind kind of loot games where it's a constant grind and you're looting and you're with your friends and you're fighting, and I really enjoy those games. So I have a friend, me and Fern, which is Les' cousin. We're going to play and we're very excited about it. But we also know to keep expectations low because these games, especially set in a comic book environment, usually they don't work. And we just got off of Marvel's Avengers. It's like, but this one's looking a little better. And although I am still ready for the disappointment, I'm actually looking forward to it. There's vehicles, the whole world is open, so it's like, you're not going to like little sections. All of Gotham is available to you. I got very excited about this.
In a similar tone as Cabs, in December.
It's funny, because I seen there was the guy online, right, was analyzing the play of it, and then I was like, the moment he said it, like, my man, you went from C to A+ and then some. He goes, yeah, but the fighting's not like Arkham Knight. I was like, just stop. This is not fair. You're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not. That's unfair, bro. You don't do that. It's like when you come out with a new fighting game, you go, yo, it's nothing like Street Fighter. Well, it is a classic. You gotta, let it be its own thing. You know what I mean? But I'm with Cabs, the bickering. Once I heard them bicker, I was like,
the bickering between Jason Todd
and Dick Grayson.
My God, that
and
shit
it sounds like brothers. It kind of reminds me of the show Cabs was pitching, and then we all added to it.
That's exactly what I'm feeling. That's what it feels like. I'm like, okay, I'm excited. My bad. Cap, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I hope you didn't forget.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna say that in the same vein, in December, I'll be reporting in on Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is another game that I'm excited for, but I'm also prepared for the disappointment.
Yeah.
But any game where I can make my own character and I can make my own Marvel hero, I'm there.
So the fun thing about this one, as opposed to Marvel's Avengers, in Avengers you could just get like skins, but like in this one, it feels like you could like customize your character a lot more and kind of like put a different top with a different bottom. I'm not sure if that's the case.
I think that's what they said. You can upgrade.
But I think so like you could physically see it. So like you could have the same character. You could both be Dick Grayson, but you look totally different. Whereas in Avengers, unless you change your whole skin, and like, Avengers was so disappointing.
I remember I played a little bit of it, and that like I picked Captain America, and whatever gear he's rocking, I was like, this has to be the most horrendous Captain America gear since that V-neck Nomad look.
That shit was and Captain America was like who I played exclusively in that game, and Kamala because like you wanted to like have everyone for their special, but there was no special abilities that anybody did better than the other person. It was so weird. I'm sorry. We could get into the She-Hulk. But I will be reporting soon. I'll be reporting soon. I'm excited, but ready for the disappointment at the same time.
Word. So, She-Hulk, what was that? Episode 8. Episode 8.
Take that again. Take 2.
All right, She-Hulk. All right, I got
She-Hulk, episode 8. The Daredevil has arrived.
The Daredevil is here.
What do you guys think of this so far?
I'll start. I wrote an Instagram post about this, and essentially, it was nice to see Matt. All is not forgiven. All is not forgiven. I'm gonna just tell you like that. But I explained it as, imagine you threw a party where no one showed up and you're pretty bummed, and just your best friend in the world, who is the best person in the world, shows up later with some drinks and people, and you're still bummed out that no one showed up because that happened. There's 7 other episodes before this one, so you're still kind of bummed out that people didn't show up, but your friend saved the night. You still got to wake up the next morning and go to school or go to work and still have to see these people that didn't show up to your party. I feel like that's how it felt. But again, it was good to see Matt. I know there's a lot of people complaining about like, oh, he's not serious, and it's like, man, I remember Matt making a lot of jokes in the Daredevil show, constantly ragging on Foggy. Everybody's like, oh, it's crazy. Why would he have sex with She-Hulk? Man, Matt
Why wouldn't you have sex with She-Hulk?
Matt was slanging.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for his relationships with some of these women, it would have been even more. My man been a pimp.
Yeah.
Always been a pimp. Always been a pimp. So let's stop.
Absolutely.
I don't feel he was that like hearted.
Yeah, he's going through the list. Black Widow.
Yeah, bro. This guy,
he's
he's chilling.
Even in the Netflix show.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed.
That's what I'm saying. Like he.
That's what I'm saying. The
lays it
Netflix,
down, bro.
No, he is always. I'm talking about the Netflix show because that's what people are referring it to. Like, bro, like he was out there. He was out here in that. Like, bro, my man's was like slanging. So
yeah, he got to the point where he was like, yo, I need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, like so. I don't know where that came from. I was a little disappointed with the suit. I feel like, and maybe this is just me reaching. But like, I feel like we could have given a nod to his dad somehow. Like I was thinking like Jen could be like, well, you know, you are walking around here, you know, it's ketchup and mustard. And then he gets like really serious. He was like, well, you know, I had Luke Jacob model this after a suit my dad wore. And she could be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Was your dad a hero too? And he could have been like, to me, he was. And that's it. Just a little something subtle, maybe a little like just something to his dad. Like, oh, these are the colors my dad wore, or something. And I know that's me nitpicking. I know it's me nitpicking. I know.
Didn't I call it though?
Of course. Yeah.
Because of this.
Yeah, like it was a little. I was upset, but I did like the way the episode ended. We got some drama, some like real drama now. Like, you know, She-Hulk is in that public eye looking like a monster now, you know what I'm saying? You know, cops are like focusing on her. She looks at the camera like, oh shit. So episode 9 is the last episode. A part of me doesn't like saying this, but it's just like, let's just get it over with. Like, you know what I mean? Let's get it over with. Let's clear the schedule. Werewolf by night. Let's see what you got.
Take it out to the pasture and just put a bullet in its head. End it.
It was fun. It was fun to see Matt. I want to see him in other projects. Let's move on. The Walk of Shame was very funny. I thought the Walk of Shame was very funny. But yeah, I did enjoy the little and I noticed this immediately. The Wolverine Easter egg.
Oh yeah.
I noticed it immediately. When she with the makeup stuff, she said, I was like, I still got that. But yeah, I just had Chipotle, bro. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, steak burrito.
I would try it, but then I wouldn't be in the podcast. I'd be like, you'd hear my voice in the bathroom, so just come right through me. I appreciate it. Definitely. My thing is, Matt was in there for 4 minutes of lawyer, and he had the best lawyer scene of everybody.
Oh my God. It was
he murdered it like 2 minutes in, bro. He used his senses and then his actual lawyer skills to get the dude off before it even started.
During deliberations.
Like Jen, you didn't think for 1 second that maybe this shady idiot did something wrong to the... I had a paralegal hit me up and say, yo, I hate when Jen promises damages without even going into anything. She's just like, yeah, you deserve something for that. He's like, sweet. It's like, Jen, you didn't think for 1 second to ask look at the suit, look at it. Can we try to see where it messed up? Like, maybe you don't want to get fingerprints on it, but like, can we? Maybe I don't know. Maybe should have been evidence.
Little analysis, analyze it a little bit. Yeah, I get it.
Can we ask them? Okay, so what happened? What did you do that night? What did they tell you? Like, I'm sorry for cutting.
You don't determine user error or nothing.
You don't determine user error once. You don't see this guy. Look at him. Yeah. Look at him. There's nothing but douchebags in this show, and the one guy that actually is the clearest douchebag of them all. You don't think to question him for 1 second? Damn, Jen.
Yo, little side note. a dragon just showed up in Yankee Stadium during this playoff game. They just cut
Really?
to somebody was talking, and a CGI dragon just flew in behind her. And
A lot of
flew over.
stadiums are doing that. The Carolina Panthers, the NFL team, they literally have a panther that CGI gets on the ground and like walks around the stadium. It's pretty neat. There's a lot of stadiums doing that shit now. It's pretty dope.
Sorry, for anybody who just saw my reaction to it.
No, but it was definitely that moment. Oh, and when he said I'm Daredevil and you hear the music from the Netflix show.
Oh, that was chef's kiss.
I was like, all right. And then she was like, who? I was like, you fuck with me, right? Everybody, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie to you. Matt to me is just like the Mandalorian. I'm never mad if he shows up.
Yeah, facts.
Never mad if he shows up. You know what I'm saying? He's there. And then he was about to have a great another hallway scene, and then they did that, and I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. You had me going for a second.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I was like,
we got like 3 punches.
yeah. I was like,
The thing, and I think back to that hallway scene, and the reason that hallway scene was so good is because they kept getting up.
yeah.
Like henchmen usually stay down. These motherfuckers were like getting up. I'm like, Matt, you gotta end them. Snap a neck, something. They're gonna keep getting up.
And the funny thing
Break
is-
their legs. See, this is why Batman. Say what you want, but you can't stand up with a broken kneecap. You can't stand up.
It's true. My favorite thing also was, and that the classic hallway scene is he's tired. He'd be on some,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, my cardio was great, but Jesus Christ, bro, there's a lot of y'all. But when he throws that microwave, it's literally one of my favorite scenes of all time. You just see a microwave hit somebody in the face. I'm like, God damn, who throws a microwave? Honestly.
I like that.
But yeah, the walking scene was funny, but it was definitely even when he's fighting in that lair, he's also
and giving her legal advice. Yo, when she looks at the camera, she's like, this guy's kind of doing it for me. I'm like, he's doing it for me too. Me too. I'm there. Like, I'm there with you. And like when they're in the bar and she's like, yo, are you guys getting these vibes? I'm like, yes, we all are. Go. Yes, keep Matt, stay, please.
Yeah, it's amazing how Charlie Cox just jumps right back into that character, man. Like,
so good.
So effortless, man. And he's but then he's so smooth in a non-smooth way, you know what I mean? Like, he's smooth, but unintentionally, you know what I mean? Like,
it's
he
just
knows
part of it.
But he doesn't come off that way, you know?
He can't turn off the charm.
No, he can't. No, he cannot.
He cannot. Like, when he's telling her, like, I can hear your heartbeat, and she's like, what? She goes, my heart's fine. I'm healthy. That was actually a really funny line from
Walks
Jack.
away and smiling
she's like, I'm healthy. And he's like laughing. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Did he shower before getting in the sack? Because he took suit straight off.
Yeah, word.
And they had a whole night of fighting. My man might have been a little musty. Maybe. But I can imagine just Matt Murdock just, smells great. I can just,
There's ventilation in the suit.
So whatever's illegal something, I'm with it. Yeah.
He got the Marty McFly shit. It just dries him off and like beats him up.
Oh, got the jacket. I love the whole and yet my ass remains unwhooped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm still good over here. Like I wasn't a big fan of the suit, but it's Daredevil, and he's still doing Daredevil things.
Yeah.
And that's all I need, really. Like I said, my Mandalorian for this Boba Fett of a Marvel show. My Mandalorian came. He can't stay for 2 episodes, but at least he's here for this one.
I do not watch those shows, but I understood the references. I got that. Makes a lot of sense.
Cap, he was like, I understood that. I got it.
Yeah.
I got that reference.
Yeah, I mean, that's me. That's.
I know Cap is waiting for last, and Lord knows the rain fire that's about to come down upon this show. So go ahead.
All right. So
I know Cap want to go last. I know he does.
a lot of the stuff you guys said.
The silence is loud, Cap.
Yes, it is. So I'll keep mine short and sweet. A lot of what you guys said, I agree with. Like in the beginning of the show, the minute he walked out to be this guy's paralegal, I was like, all right. Then they started talking, and I was like, dude, this is 3 minutes of lawyer shit, and this is the best lawyer shit they had in seven episodes. Like, my man can conduct a fucking sentence, and he actually said shit that had legal shit in it.
I think
Like,
he wrote that. I think he wrote that for
Yeah,
himself.
you know what
he's
I'm
like, yo, can I just freestyle this?
Yeah.
I got it.
He used the law, right, and did a little fourth wall break to the people in the show on some.
Yeah.
He's lying. Don't tell me how I know. Like, he
Yeah,
smiled
yeah,
at them, but
yeah.
that was for us. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
come on,
Absolutely,
motherfucker, do
yeah.
it. And the judge was like, nigga, we all seen the lie.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
He bought
Yeah,
him
it
like, bro, we can all tell that he's lying. Yeah,
Yes.
that was very funny.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
But
I mean, when he first suppressed, I'm sorry, when he
No,
first
go ahead.
suppressed the list of people, the reason he suppressed it, when he came
Yeah.
out with that argument alone, I was like,
Yep.
yo, I want to agree with him. I'm not even the judge.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to agree with, like, if you take off that list, there's a lot of people that trying to protect. I'm like, see what I'm saying? This
My
is
man,
Matt Murdock.
hit him with
Yeah.
the confidentiality.
Yep.
Fucking.
Yep.
I was like,
yeah.
and when she looked, she goes, "Who is this asshole?" Yo,
She thought she was gonna walk up in there and be like, "I'm
yeah,
She-Hulk.
come
I
on
won
now,
already."
Come on now, this
Yeah.
is the Matt Murdock. Calm down, lady.
Word.
Calm down.
And
Straight
yep.
out of New York, just
Yep.
for this.
Yep. And we also heard that the Sokovia Accords are
Yeah.
repealed.
They're
So-
done. Yeah.
So I would like to know when the fuck that happened. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sure.
But you know
That is true.
that's a little thing that was glossed over. That they're
They
probably
men-
gonna.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned it before, but never in detail.
Yeah, because it wasn't
think-
in
I
Cap.
think-
It wasn't in Cap and Winter Soldier when they were ground level.
No, I think I think that's what led to that law firm being made.
Could be.
That then all of a sudden you have this law firm that's about superheroes and
Yeah.
defending them. So I figured you could probably put that together at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, there was some shit that it was like, hold on, wait, you're throwing a little bit here and there of information that's happening, connecting
Yeah.
the stories, and I'm like, all right, that's cool and shit, but I'm like, yo, we still cannot get past the fact that Jennifer is dumb.
Bro,
Like,
bro.
yo, like, we've 4 episodes. I'm screaming at people. I'm screaming at people to tell them to fuck off, because just because she's a woman doesn't mean she can't do nothing. And then they spend the next 3 episodes proving these fucking guys right.
Making her look, yo, bro. You
Looks
know,
so bad.
I saw an interview with her where she goes, "Oh, I am what I forget her name. And I play She-Hulk." And she goes, and
Tatiana Maslany?
yes, and she says, and I quote, she goes, "I wish I could have She-Hulk's power so I can jump really far and travel." And I'm like, yo, when you was up in this guy's crib and your car went down, you couldn't have think to do that? You couldn't have think to jump away until they came and picked up your car? Was the car that you needed to stay for the car? I would have jumped away. I'm not staying there. I would have jumped away, got in somebody's tow truck, and you're driving me back. I'm She-Hulk. You're going to say no? So it's like, I was very upset that she said that. This is a real interview.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously it's not within the show. But I wondered, I'm like, you can jump. Why don't you just jump away? The Hulk does it all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm nitpicking, but
No. I mean, it's
You
a
could've-
it's a misuse
instead
of the
of staying-
representation of the powers. Yeah.
you didn't have a phone. You're in this guy's house, and you clearly didn't want to be there. Jump away. Jump away to the nearest gas station. Use the phone and get somebody to come out here.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Find the tow truck. Like, yo, I am She-Hulk. I will give you whatever you want. Come and get my car. But we cannot have a show with when shit is too logical.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't have a TV. We can't have anything. We can't have a movie. We can't have a show if it's too logical. I'm starting to realize that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
this show, every episode has proven to me these episodes needed to be 45 minutes. This does not show a necessity for more than 6 episodes for this fucking show. You could have gave us 45 minutes.
Mhm.
2 of these
Not even the
episodes.
whole 57.
Yeah.
45 would have been all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Andor is what, 45 minutes, and that shit feels like it's an hour and a half. Not that it's boring or slow. It's just a lot of information happens.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
dude had a monologue that was literally 35 seconds. And that was more interesting than the entire fucking She-Hulk 7 episodes. You know what I'm saying? I turned the cap. I said, they can't do this for any character on She-Hulk. You
The
know,
40 minutes of He Who Remains in Loki is better than
yeah.
all of She-Hulk.
Who's left? You know what I'm saying? The one that's left.
The one that's
Waiting
left.
for that one.
Yeah, but you know, but so I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, Matt Murdock, his whole lawyer shit is good, and then they show him. Yo, the one thing that Marvel loves to do is ruin a surprise. Because I saw Daredevil debut on a fucking Instagram post.
I would have loved to have that. If imagine we didn't know and he just shows up into the courtroom.
Yeah.
We die at that moment.
Because-
we die.
Absolutely.
Because
We die.
Because I would, you know, I don't watch these shits, so I can be surprised for every episode and every movie. But when I'm scrolling and I see a fucking red and yellow suit on top of a car with a fucking stick, I'm not gonna say, oh shit, the Punisher's on the fucking show.
Yeah.
Is this the Kingpin? Yeah.
This is clearly Ghost Rider. It's clearly Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's Bullseye. It's Bullseye.
Oh, it's Bullseye. There you go.
It's
Bullseye.
fucking Blade. Blade, man. You know, I'm not.
Don't mention Blade. Don't mention Blade.
I'm not sitting
Not
here.
the right time.
You know, I'm not sitting here fucking saying all that. I'm going, oh, so this episode Daredevil's in. All right. Thanks, Disney, for posting that shit up on your fucking Instagram. It's not like I wanted to see this episode.
The question is, so would we have people watching if they didn't know Matt was going to show up sooner or later? I think a lot of people bailed anyways.
Yeah, but in all honesty, they knew he was coming from the first episode. I'm talking about that was a coming attraction for this episode. Like I saw him on the car and jump off the car, and I'm like, this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
like now it's like it's a matter of time. How do I don't just get him in here.
These weird mid-show trailers that we're getting from She-Hulk
Yeah.
are super annoying.
Yes.
They had a whole trailer for the final episode, which I tried to skip, but I saw something in there, which I'm not going to say. And trust me, we are going to be like, whoa, what happened? What are you doing here? What do you mean? I was like, what?
I saw the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, I
I
didn't
said,
see it. Yeah.
bro, I don't want to say it. So,
Yeah. No, I get it.
but
Yeah,
I am going to need some serious explanation or I'm going to be extremely pissed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
So then, you know, we get the hallway scene. And the only thing I can think of when we saw Daredevil was there's a lot of light in this episode. Like, I don't want it to be Game of Thrones dark, but, you know.
There was a
think
lot of intense hues of blue and green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
that hallway
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
Schumacher. There's a lot of
I'm thinking-
dark light.
Yeah, I'm
Schumacher.
thinking Batman, right? When I think of
Yeah,
Daredevil.
Yeah, Schumacher.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yeah,
I want the lights to be a little dim. You see a little bit of the yellow, because like in the daylight, of course you're gonna see the entire color. It's daylight. At night, I shouldn't see it as clear as fucking day. His suit, you know what I'm saying? Like in the parking lot, maybe, but in the hallway, I gotta see this perfectly.
To be fair, he wanted the stealthy route.
Yeah, he did.
And she said no. I think the show didn't want the stealthy route. Not just Jen, the show didn't want the stealthy route,
Yeah.
which is why we saw the lights. I would have loved to see some nice little like sneaking around
Yeah.
and maybe
silhouette.
maybe Jen trying to keep up and like slipping on something
Yeah.
would have
Or-
maybe been fun.
Or like he would have went through that whole hallway and Jen was already there. Like
Yeah.
there's a fucking hole in the ceiling where they're looking at the fucking
Okay, let's go.
where they're looking at the fucking guy. I don't know why you need to come through the roof on the other side of the building. You can't hear him. You can't know that he needs help. You don't have sonar either. Jump through like it would have been dope if he would have been like, "All right, I'm in," and she's
Now.
already talking to homeboy.
Yeah.
Like she got one guy in the fucking throat, you know, just hanging. He already untied this dude, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And she goes, "She Hulk smash." You know, like
she kind of did that.
yeah, but I mean, like it would. Don't take away the fucking hallway scene like that.
Yeah. They just completely legit Hulk smash the hallway
Yeah,
scene.
I would have loved if they didn't ever, if like they just cut away to her
Is that our expectations or bad writing?
It's always been bad writing. This show, bad writing. We lost expectations of this shit after episode 4. It's bad writing now. It's bad writing. Like, you can't really fuck up this dude as an actor, because it shows no matter what he does, he's Daredevil. 100% bulletproof. Yeah.
Bulletproof.
You can throw a brick through Spider-Man's window and he's fucking Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a really good lawyer.
Really good. We got some really good Spider-Man news today.
The one thing that I was
What's up, Krills?
I was confused with was when she's like, doesn't it seem like the episode's over? And she mentions the Red Hulk. In my head, I was like, so does that mean you're not giving us a Red Hulk? Was that a fuck you to everybody anticipating a Red Hulk coming for the Thunderbolts?
It's a troll.
Yeah, because usually you wouldn't announce what the fuck you're doing. Because if next episode,
they're announcing.
No,
they're
I'm saying,
announcing.
like, if next episode there's a fucking Red Hulk, I'm like, okay, but you couldn't tell that this fucking guy wanted your blood. Blade's son literally said he wanted your blood. The fucking guy you beat the shit out of in the same fucking Wusa camp tried to take your blood, and it's okay.
All's forgiven.
Yeah, there's a Red Hulk somewhere out there now. Beautiful. The only one give a shit about Jen's blood is King Hulk and the Hulk.
Yeah.
She could give a shit.
She really is ratchet with the blood.
Yeah. Giving blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Take the blood.
Yeah, just take it. Just take the fucking shit. And I'm sorry. I like my green chicks. You know I like my green chicks. But that dress wasn't all that to be fucking making that the centerpiece of this episode also. You know what I'm saying?
The costume was way better.
Yeah. Like we could have
hero suit.
Like me and Lay made a diamond dress like that once. And it was way better. It accentuates the hips. You know, that one did nothing for her shoulders.
But if anything, it just made it broader. I don't think she needed that.
Yeah, for real, yeah. Like Cab said, I believe it was before we got on, this was the best episode they had. But it's still on tier with the other episodes. I think the first one was the most serious one.
There's still another 7 episodes before.
Yeah.
All is not forgiven.
Yeah, the friend that had all the other friends come, that was 3 hours after you realized no one's coming to your shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then once the party was over, you still had to go to sleep knowing that no one showed up.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of that comment that I made on Instagram. You still feel like shit that no one showed up.
Yep. And now, Cap, I leave the floor to you.
I honestly hate when you guys do this because you make it seem like I have a whole fucking PowerPoint presentation about this shit.
You're so well articulated, though.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time you speak, it's a PowerPoint. Oh,
that's right.
Well, welcome to my TED Talk.
Yes.
So for me, as you see the name, 98%. I wrote that because Daredevil was 98% perfect in the show. Speaking of PowerPoint presentation, I actually do have some shit.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, see?
No, but all right, whatever, man. So, for anybody who's sitting there going, oh, it's not the Netflix one, they made him too light. This is Daredevil in the comics.
I love that. I love
He's
that
known
picture.
to take to take a lighter side. This is Daredevil in the comics, where he was a little bit like the Riddler, Mr. Joe Cool. The lightness is not my issue. The two things that I would have taken away,
the 2%.
The 2% is the shit that's out of character, and I'll explain why. And I know you guys have made mention to these two things that I'm about to say that you guys actually liked it. So good on you. I'm not trying to rain in your parades here, but the whole my ass remains unkicked and ask me how I know he's lying. Those two things are out of character because Daredevil, or Matt Murdock, is a smartass. Hence, sorry, Your Honor, I was late. I had trouble finding parking. That is what Daredevil would do.
That's funny.
The other two are quips that Spider-Man would do, or Tony Stark would do. Those two specific things were a little bit out of line for me. They didn't make him more comic accurate in his movement. When you see him scale the building down the parking structure,
which looked horrible CG wise, by the way. I didn't know.
I didn't mind it because I knew what they were going for.
Of course, yes. Same.
But we all know the struggle with the
Yeah.
with
Nothing
the
new here. Nothing new here.
So that was good. Like you guys had mentioned, him actually being a lawyer was good. I like the fact that we had brought it up before, how there's no good men on this show. Everybody's a fucking idiot.
Yep.
But Matt actually talked to Jen like a human being, and actually was nice, and actually was
a hero
exactly
too.
what he needed to be, and gave her some advice about the She-Hulk. I like how this episode, what do you call it? I like how this episode allowed She-Hulk to actually come through. Because the minute she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet you at your parking structure, and go grab the suit," that's the fucking She-Hulk we should have got after episode 1 with Bruce.
Yep.
She was confident. She stopped the car. She turned around and was like, "Oh, fuck this," hit the fucking Hulk clap.
Yeah, nice.
My favorite thing is Jen. The person you told us is shit this whole time. The person you told us who wasn't confident. The person who needed to fucking sit in a group of fucking weirdos to get some self-actualization, who had to go into the yurt and had to fucking do all this stupid shit. Turned around. "Oh, I'm gonna go do my thing." And with that little fucking dance.
Yeah.
Whatever shit that was. That is the Jen She-Hulk this show should have been about.
I think I agree.
Yep.
I love how protective you are of Jen. You're so protective of Jen. I think it's dope. Yeah. She deserves that.
Dude, if we would have saw that, we could have this whole thing would have been fucking better. Because you know what that Jen is not worried about?
Her blood, apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I'm upset. Sorry. I'm upset.
But that Jen is not worried about the idiots on the internet in real life. That Jen is confident enough to throw a zinger back and burn them, and that's it. And we move on because it's her show. This whole show has been hijacked. What's going on with Bruce? What's going on with Wong? What's going on with Madison?
When is Matt coming?
Yeah. What's going on with Matt? What's going on with Todd? The bad guy. What the fuck's going on with Mallory? No, what's going on with Abomination? This thing it's been hijacked. But Daredevil came in and allowed whoever wrote that episode did not write any of the other ones.
It's clear as
day. This is the most comic book accurate we got. Matt and Jen / She-Hulk. Power set was correct. We didn't have to worry about her clapping 100 times. She got the Hulk smash, the Hulk clap correct. She picked up the car when she had to.
Yes.
She turned around. When she fought Titania, you could tell she had no clue what the fuck she was doing. When she fought the bats, she just jumped around. She looked Daredevil dead in the face and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass."
Yeah.
That's the She-Hulk we needed from the jump. That's the kind of She-Hulk that I thought we were getting in episode 1. Now, everybody wants to know, oh, Matt was a little bit funny. It's a little bit lighter side. Can he be serious? I'm going to point out Exhibit A, Your Honor. I don't know if you can see it. This moment in the hallway, when he turned around and was like squared up and was like, all right, I have to kick the shit out of everybody in here. That one moment proved to me that when it's time to fucking knuckle up, he's there. We don't have to worry about it. There was another moment when she actually hit the fucking clap, and after he hit the car, you hear him actually
the
yell.
sound.
He's like, ah!
Yeah.
Like you hear him get mad. That is there. That is part of the character. We can lean into that. Because again, we're seeing Daredevil through the lens of She-Hulk. Through a thing that's supposed to be contextually lighter. And like I said already, I showed you already, he can be light. He's a smartass. He does fucking say jokes. The two quips, whatever. But the whole thing with the, what do you call it? The whole thing when, like you guys brought up, he's kicking the shit out of everybody in the lily pad, but he's still giving legal advice.
Mm-hmm.
That is well within character. All that is fine. I actually like the fact that it reminded me a little bit of the Green Hornet, where if anybody's ever watched that, it's a little bit of reverse. Kato would be the guy who takes on the one dude, while Britt Reed would be beating the shit out of everybody else. Because that was Kato's job. Kato, you take the big guy. I got these idiots. And it kind of looked like that, where Jen was like, all right, I'm going to focus on saving this dude. And Matt's like, all right, well, I'm here. Who's up? Who am I hitting?
Yeah.
Who's moving? Anybody move is getting fucked up. So this whole episode was good. I think it leads into a nice place for Matt.
Yeah, I agree.
So the big difference between Daredevil and Batman, as Batman was brought up earlier, when we say it all the time, Batman lives in that alley. He's never left that alley. Every night he goes to sleep, he sees the pearls break in the fucking air. Matt Murdock doesn't live the trauma of his father dying. Matt Murdock keeps having shit taken from him. Every time he's happy, somebody takes some shit from him. And that pushes him a little further and a little further and a little further down the line. That's the difference. Matt is given time and space to breathe and to be light. And then the writers take shit and put him back in the place where he doesn't really want to be. So going into his own show, Born Again, it's perfectly set up to have him on a high, have shit taken out from him or ripped from him, and now we gotta see that journey for him to get back, because that's what the fuck Daredevil does. That's his MO.
I don't want to see the yellow and red suit.
The yellow and red suit. Good.
He said that he made a couple of suits for him.
Yeah, the yellow and red suit, I don't think was bad.
It wasn't.
At all.
It's just I wanted more meaning behind it, like real meaning behind
Well,
it.
Yeah,
you know,
but I
Not just I was in Cali and Luke Jacobson made me a suit right quick.
but you know,
Which we knew it was gonna be like that. Yeah.
I called it, but there is a thing where Jen even says it. I thought the guy dressed as the devil would be the bad guy. So putting in the little pop of color, the little yellow, although it has a meaning, originally it didn't, so I'm not too worried about it. Although I would have liked the meaning shit in there, because
Yeah, I would have liked it. Just
You
a
know,
little callback.
but it does make a little more sense to start at this.
For sure.
And then we evolve like it did in the comics. Then we evolve into something darker, into something more red, or throw in some
But-
blacks.
but you know, not for nothing. when you're flirting with a chick and you're throwing out those quips and you're getting the zingers and all that other stuff,
He's so smooth.
when you're in a situation like that where you can either go serious and kill the vibe or just be like, you sure you don't want me to tell homeboy that you're talking shit about his suit?
Yeah.
Just to be on some bitch. Ain't you trying to get good with him? You want me to tell him that you fucking talking shit about his work? It's one of it's one of those where it's like he chose. Let me keep it light.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not too bad that that, but maybe in the show we get it, or
Yo, but so this is what I'm trying to say, dude. Like even in the Netflix show, he was lighthearted. Like yes, when he's fighting bad guys and people are stabbing him with all types of different items. I swear to God, he got stabbed with 20 different things that entire show. The fucking hook that the Japanese hand dude puts in him, bro, the guy has scars everywhere. We get it, but like, bro, he used to rip on Foggy all day long.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm saying, like,
He's a smartass. Like I don't understand. That I didn't understand. It's not like he came out on some High School Musical and started fucking singing.
But I'm saying that part, instead of for explaining that he got the colors because of his dad's old thing, I think them replacing that explanation with the, I think that makes sense there, and then we could get the explanation of his pops, in the either Echo or when they do the season.
I just want to point out the reason, and this is just from a novice standpoint, but the reason I think this episode works is because instead of going for comedy, and I was telling this to Toe, they went with levity.
Yeah.
Levity and comedy are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy is trying to see a situation and come up with a joke about it. Hey, something horrible in here. Something horrible happened. What can I take about that and spin it into a joke, spin it into a punchline? That's comedy. Levity is seeing how everybody reacts to that situation, that horrible situation, and just saying something to lighten the mood, to take that tension out. And I think that's what they did perfectly with this, where he wasn't overly comedic. I mean, the two lines for me, but that's just a me thing. He wasn't overly comedic. He brought just enough levity. Because even the whole thing where we're about to do this they're about to go in and this dude's captured. All right, how do I break the tension? How do I make sure she's not nervous? Well, let me explain to her the difference between henchman and goon.
Yes.
That's a good way to get her mind to kind of like reset. And then, if she resets and now you can give her more information on...
I'm sorry, I laughed too. You all right over there?
Yeah, why did it look like you slipped on a skateboard?
Yeah. That looks like a broken ankle. You all right, bro? You okay
I'm
there?
fine. I didn't fall.
Okay.
Little
It
man.
look like I think a good point that you made, Cap. That's something that I noticed as well. Like, although, like, yes, Matt was here, but like he didn't really try to like steal the show. Like, he gave her some love. Like, yo, look, this is your show. I'm here. Everybody wants to see me, but this is your party, which is exactly what I said. Like, you still feel like shit that no one showed up to your party, but your friend helped the night, and the night is still about you, though. I think this is a really good point where it's like he highlighted her, and we've seen no one do this. Even the guys that she's dating, they all have a MO. This is like a guy who, yes, ended up sleeping with her anyways, but like, it was like, yo, I'm here for you, girl. Let me teach you. I think when he says, yo, if the law doesn't help, then you can try your superhero thing. I was like, yes, Matt. Like, this is what she needs. Maybe we needed to put a hero next to her, like a real one, maybe, but
Dude,
really good.
I just want to point out again the same thing with the levity and comedy. If you look at Josh's approach, right? He came up and said the things he needed to say that Jen needed to hear to weasel his way in. He took his time. He played by the book. Matt just was charismatic. There was undeniable fucking chemistry. He let the chemistry fucking do the work.
Do the work. He's
The whole I can hear your heart thing.
Oh,
He did. If you notice,
my panties
when
dropped.
he looked at,
I
he
promise.
leaned in. He leaned in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something again that you could see without the show. Within this episode, they took routes of writing and of displaying shit that they should have used throughout this entire fucking thing. And to go to anybody, to bring it back around to anybody who's like, oh, but he also slept with her. There's a difference between the guy who's just telling you what the fuck you want to hear and the dude who is undeniably fucking connected to you.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Yeah, that reminds me of in the Netflix one where he's on the phone with Foggy and Foggy goes, "Don't tell me it's that chick that you made at the club." He goes, "How was she?" He gets up all fucked up. He goes, "Violent."
His physical acting.
You wind up, throwing hands with people who's like, "She was violent, dude."
His physical acting is through the roof,
Yeah.
which needs to be you're portraying a blind guy. And it's funny if she's like, "Oh, so you're just lying with this whole blind thing?" No, I'm blind. I'm blind.
Yeah,
So
I'm
like,
blind.
but I
Make no
can see
mistake.
someone. She's like, "So is it like echolocation?" He says, "Somewhat." I thought that was fun.
That's another thing that irked me, but it wasn't too much to bring up. The whole echolocation. It's like,
Yeah. I like
Not
when he goes,
really.
he's like, "I'm blind." And she says echolocation. He goes sort of just skip over it and not go into a 5-minute explanation. Yeah.
yo, the whole walk of shame thing. I found that funny at first, not funny like haha. Like I found it a little funny, a little weird at first, until you remember, this motherfucker is not in his city.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
You
he
give a
showed
fuck.
up. He showed up for Glenn Jacobson or whatever the fuck his name is. Luke Gossip Jr., whatever the fuck the designer's name is. He showed up for that dude. He only had his fucking Daredevil suit.
Yeah.
He's not gonna walk around with the mask off
Yeah.
and the jacket open.
Yeah. You can't. He was forced to take the walk of shame. I thought it was funny that he had his boots off. I thought it was hilarious.
But you know something. There's a saying.
Taekwon, we mentioned that. I don't know if we mentioned it was for Han Solo, but we mentioned that he messed up an audition. And it's
Yeah.
funny, you see him talking in interviews, and he's like wandering off. And it's like, not to make fun of anyone who's blind, that is such a horrible situation. But Matt does such a good job of portraying a blind person that it's like he takes the glasses off and you legit think he is blind. What's up, Anthony?
Dude,
Going
I
on,
just
bro?
want to point out that there's a saying about after going through some shit or like a tough time, you just want to get out and just feel the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Grounded.
could possibly be what it is. It's just he's
Grounding
getting-
himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you call it. You're grounding yourself. Trust me. I've had a few people made me put my feet to the grass.
So
Krills know about that.
You wanna hear a little funny story that just happened to me?
Absolutely.
All right, so get this. Lay, you're gonna love this one. So get this. Right before we got on live, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted up me talking, saying that we're gonna talk about Daredevil and Werewolf by Night and all that other stuff on Instagram, and I put the She-Hulk theme behind it. So the way that works is I recorded me speaking. I go into Instagram, I put a reel in there, I upload the video, and then they let you add music. So I go to the music thing, I hit She-Hulk, add the music. I lower the music so you can hear me speak, right? Post it up. I tag all y'all in it. So the magic of Instagram,
The algorithm magic.
they removed my video due to copyright issues.
But they let you choose the song.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
approved by Instagram.
Yeah, so I disputed going, I recorded a video of me talking and used the music you provided for me to add to my reel. How am I getting copyrighted?
Yo, that's just
You
personal
literally
shit.
look up, I put She-Hulk, it was there, I played it, I added it, I loaded, and then I get copyright struck for music you gave me.
Was it that maybe there was something else? That's so.
No.
Do you have a business page? Is it a business page or a regular?
It was my
content?
regular personal page.
That's so
Yo,
weird,
and-
Instagram.
and
That
I'm-
doesn't make any
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, and my room is dead silent because I didn't even have my computer on when I did it.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe something in the background.
And I'm like, I get it, bro. Trust me. All y'all social media motherfuckers, believe me, you don't like me. I don't like y'all either. Come at me, bro. It's not gonna deter us. We live in
gonna keep
America.
going.
There's a thing called racism. We're not gonna cry about it. Fuck off. Yo,
I try not to play the racism
No,
card, but
I'm not
fuck,
gonna-
that is.
Yo.
I'm just saying, bro. That's a little like what?
Yeah,
We're using your music.
Yeah.
I know somebody who could tell me what happened there. I'll ask. I'll ask them.
Because you know I'm not playing the racist card, but the only thing I am to you guys is fucking Spanish. Because you don't know
Yeah.
anything other than that on social media. You see me, I'm fucking Spanish. I do podcasts, all that other shit, and it just so happens I'm not a teenage fucking white girl shaking my ass. So of course I get copyright struck.
And that's crazy because I've done clips for this channel with the Avengers theme, with the Hulk theme, the old one. Nothing's happened. Literally
Yeah.
playing.
Yo, do you remember that?
Ty,
you remember
Ty,
me?
I would pay money to see that.
Yeah, I would do it too.
And
Yeah.
Anthony has a really great
Yeah.
question that I want to hit up after
But
you guys
yo,
go.
dude, did you not see me in the
Yeah.
hot dog costume running
Yes,
with the
running with-
Avengers video linked to it?
Probably some of the best content you've ever made.
Absolutely.
That video is so good.
But there was no copyright issue with that one, right?
No.
Bam, you got the mask on over the hot dog suit. I don't think it works the same without the mask though, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, like I don't understand. I
That
don't
makes no
understand.
damn sense.
That makes no
Damn
damn
sense.
sense. No damn sense.
But
But
my thing that kills me is you look up the music on Instagram itself, and it's the one that says, "Yo,
It's
this is
there.
good to use.
it's
Do this
there.
one."
And
It's
I-
right.
yeah.
Maybe don't let me use it. Maybe remove that.
I don't know.
And yeah,
I don't know.
and I've actually made a video when we first did She-Hulk with the trailer in it.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
problem.
No.
Instagram is so weird.
She made no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So-
yeah.
Again, Anthony has a really good question.
Maybe there was
he
a
says,
okay again.
"No, you go, please. I'll go."
Wait,
after.
which one? His question or maybe the glitch?
the one, hermanos, the
Okay.
question. He goes, hermanos, question, my future nephew, when is the earliest I could get him into reading comics and into the MCU? Well, if he can't read yet, maybe you could read to him. It's always a good idea to read to kids.
Mhm.
You know, comic books, maybe you keep some of the nastier comic books away.
Mhm.
But I gotta be honest with you. I feel like nowadays you need to use certain avenues. And one of the best avenues, I don't know how you feel about this, is fucking Fortnite. It's so frustrating, but it's one of the best avenues to superhero shit. It's so weird. Like my son is not into the MCU at all. We've tried. He'll sit down. Funny, he really got into Daredevil on Netflix. He really got into that. Out of all the shows, right? But and he shows up for the big names. Spider-Man, he's there. You know, Iron Man is his guy. So like find a good entry. Oh, we got the front view. Yes.
Yep.
We got the front view. Find a good hero that your nephew likes and work on that. Use
I hit a
current
button,
present
sorry.
day shit.
We touched
Use current present day shit to try to get him into there. And just sit him down and read some comics to him. That would be my advice to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
I
there's-
always say best thing with comic books is you can do is see one that he can really relate to or that he sees himself in.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of us. That's what a lot of us did.
Miles Morales
Miles
sounds
Morales
like a good
I
idea.
was literally about to say it.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is usually like nowadays it's either him or Kamala Khan that are usually the ones that people are really vibing
Yeah.
to. Oh, and the girl with the big red dinosaur too. I forget her name.
Oh
Okay,
shit,
okay.
yeah.
Moon
Girl.
Moon
Moon Girl.
Yeah. So but real Miles has been lean too. So anyone he really can just see himself as or really likes. A lot of them have they have what is it? The Young Champions or something like that. They have a comic book run, and it's really lighthearted, but also has really good action. So I would tell you, and it's literally it's Nova, Miles Morales, and I forget the other person, but it's a really young teenagers, like really just becoming teenagers. That's probably your best bet, Matt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and if he's not a reader, because I'm not much of a reader, the cartoons, like they have a lot of the cartoons on Disney Plus and HBO Max and all that other stuff.
What the Squad cartoon is it? What is it? The Super Squad or something like that?
Yeah. They're
adults, but they're small.
Yeah. And you know, I was watching
Ghost Rider seems a little intense.
Nah,
but
yeah.
Ghost Rider. I think you might be going down the dark route right there. Bro.
Yeah, I like it.
Man.
I like it.
Spider-Man.
I like how he put Ghost Rider and not Ghost Rider.
Yeah. That's a. I would tell you that from the 90s.
That's Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Word.
but you know, not for nothing. If you can,
yes, Spider-Man, bro. Just keep it light.
If you can also keep up the moral of the story to him, you know, so that way he learns something. So it's not just like Batman kicks ass and that's what makes him great.
Sure.
Where it's like Batman does things, but he has a line he doesn't cross. Like he doesn't kill people, and you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Punisher, even though he's going after revenge, he only goes after the bad guys. Like he won't do nothing to an innocent person. Same thing with Daredevil. Like if your soul is like really innocent, he won't take it. Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
Ty, that is a really good joke.
my only advice is
That is a really good
expose
joke.
him to the imagery now, and then when he's 5 years old, figure out who he likes the best. Start there. Like, oh, if you like this, read this and read it with him. Don't just hand it and walk away. Read it with him so he gets, you know, you can foster that relationship that he has with the comics, and that'll lend into everything else.
Anthony, that's gonna be Len in a few years.
That's literally gonna be
It's gonna be you in a few years.
By the way, starting the Punisher, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you right now. Even the war journals, the earlier ones, it was really intense.
And don't sleep on the video games either.
Oh yeah.
If you got a PS4, Miles Morales and the Spider-Man games, great games. You know, if video games is the avenue, that's what I'm saying. Like, do not sleep on the impact of Fortnite. These kids know superheroes now because of Fortnite. And I know everybody gets really upset about it. Like, you know, there's the meme now where like a kid sees a skin from Fortnite in their property. They're like, oh, look, it's the guy from Fortnite. Well, yeah, what do you think a 6-year-old is going to say? You know what I'm saying? Like lighten up. It's not that serious. Lighten up. They have no other point of reference. Lighten up.
I'd kick my kid out the house if he said that shit.
Well, that's your kid. Your kid would know, though. You feel me? Your kid would know, right? So yeah, look for the video games. There's a lot of cool games. There's a lot of cool co-op games that you guys can play together that are superhero based. Maybe you guys get into some shit like that. You know, the Marvel's Avengers game is not the best, but for a kid, it's pretty cool. You got Gotham Knights that's coming out soon. Yep. You could both play that co-op. You got Midnight Suns. I don't know how a kid will feel about a turn-based tactical strategy game, but there's a lot of games.
3.
Ultimate Alliance
3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Ultimate Alliance.
To start with.
Hell yeah.
I was to tell you, audiobooks, also a great thing.
Yeah.
Audiobooks, you know, the certain audiobooks that are really kids appropriate. It's funny you said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which they have one. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid can't read, can at least listen to it. You know what I mean? And that the imagination gets started. You know what I'm saying? And it starts working, and that's a great way to do it. People forget about audiobooks, and I could highly recommend doing that.
Ninja Turtles, Disney Channel. I mean, Nickelodeon. Top tier. Great. We got some really good questions today, y'all. I really appreciate that, man. There's some really nice questions. I think a lot harder now to get very violent video games for kids under 17. Remember we were younger. The Spider-Man games are not that violent. I think it's E for everyone. So is Miles Morales. The Ultimate Alliance games, like Cap was saying, super chill. The Marvel's Avengers game, super chill. Gotham Knights might be you might be getting
you're
to
on
that.
The borderline.
You're borderlining it.
You're getting
Arkham Asylum. Yeah, maybe you want to stay away from that. do not play X-Men Origins Wolverine. Just don't. That would just stay away
That's
from
a
that
great
one.
game.
No, but it's like super gory.
Oh, right.
Like,
right, I forget.
like there is like you take a guy and like put him up to a helicopter
I
and his
thought
head
you
explodes.
I thought you were saying it because it was bad. Sorry.
Love that game. Love the lunge with the fucking claws. He literally lunges at people. Stay away from the Punisher game too.
Absolutely.
You know what's crazy, man? There's a lot of good retro video games that work. Hulk Ultimate Destruction is one of the best comic book games of all time. Hulk Ultimate Destruction. It's hard to find that shit. You know, I don't know if you got an Xbox 360 laying around or a PS2 laying around. But there's some really good, especially the Ultimate Alliance games, really cool on the PS2. So yeah,
if you can take them to an arcade,
the Ultimate Alliance games are on Xbox Game Pass.
Arcades.
Yeah. They're on Game Pass. I like the older ones though. I like which one was the Spider-Man one where it's kind of like cartoonish, and you get to wear the black suit.
Maximum Carnage.
No, you're going.
I feel like that's
way
Maximum
back.
Carnage.
You're going way back to that red cartridge. This was so Spider-Man Web of Shadows, I believe it was called, on the PS2, Xbox 360. You get to wear the symbiote.
Different timelines and shit.
Yeah, you get to wear the symbiote. You could do like air combat, up buildings. This shit was like ahead of its time, dude. Video games is a good entry point for the kids. Yeah, like if you want to get them into comics. But at the end of the day, don't ever force a kid to, I've given up on my son. He's clearly out of the MCU. I've tried. So after all the advice we're giving you, don't ever force a kid into something he don't want either. If you see it's not working, he'll find his own way.
Yeah, they'll find their way somewhere.
And hopefully it comes back to comics.
Yeah.
Because we all want our kids to be nerds,
And not for nothing, a lot of things is relatable to comics. So let's say he's into wrestling. There's a lot of WWE superstars that take their gear and inspiration of wrestling. Ricochet and one of the events was All Might. Rey Mysterio was the Flash, the Joker. Gargano was Wolverine. A lot of people dress up as these characters, in inspiration to comic book characters. And like the sports players, they also, do a lot of the Wakanda Forever. You know what I'm saying? The Spider-Man shit. They take a lot of inspiration from these characters. It's a lot.
Juju Smith-Schuster just had the Black Panther shit on.
Yeah, there's a lot of inspiration for comic book characters now. So the kid's gonna be exposed to them a lot. So you just take your time.
Fortnite,
also,
don't sleep.
You have the rest of its life to get it into comic books. There's no need to force and rush it now. Like you could.
Fortnite.
Also, don't be
so
afraid.
Crazy.
Don't be afraid to branch out past DC and Marvel.
Oh yeah,
yes.
There's a lot of other shit. They might not be in the DC and Marvel, but he might love Transformers.
You have Image and stuff like that. Yeah. Dark Horse, even though they're a little violent sometimes.
Absolutely,
It's a little violent. Dark Horse is a little violent. Not there right now, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Ninja Turtles have great comics.
Yep. Invincible, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah. The Boys, definitely watch The Boys with the Boys. Invincible.
Right now, don't even try the graphic novel The Boys stuff. Trust me.
Yeah, it's worse than the TV.
I'm like, we're going somewhere really, really dark, fellas. So I'm telling you, yeah.
Spawn for children.
Spawn is for the kids, like Wu-Tang.
Spawn love the kids.
Spawn love the kids. Shit. But yeah, speaking of Spawn is in the nighttime, and we have werewolves at night. You like my little segue?
That was. I'm gonna give it to you. You reached.
Yeah.
I've never seen you, Mr. Fantastic, reach so hard. But I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it.
I Spawn caped it because Spawn cape can stretch. I went in there and we pulled out a vampire.
Ty said it. That was forced.
We went there. Yeah.
You stretched so far that you went to another dimension to grab Killmonger and bring him back to be the new Black Panther.
You just depressed me.
But
I felt like that was an attack, Cap. That was an attack.
you know what? You know what's crazy, Cabs? That was kind of a dark joke. And Werewolf by Night happens at night, which is a dark time.
I'll give you that.
And it
I'll
was
give you
black
that.
and white. So let's get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Until the
Yo,
very end.
You know, there was a lot of things in Werewolf at Night, especially a man thing.
The I gotta be honest. Werewolf by Night, not something I got the joke, trust me. Werewolf by Night, something that I'm not very familiar with. Gotta be completely honest about that. You talking about the person in all white, right?
No, man thing was the tree that the monster they were going after.
Okay. Oh, I thought you.
Swamp Thing.
I thought
Yeah.
you meant like an ambiguous character.
No.
You mean Ziggy Stardust?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant.
You know
sorry,
what's crazy?
Sorry.
People think that Man Thing is a ripoff to Swamp Thing, but he actually debuted 2 months before Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they look that alike.
Well, I think it's because of the things.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's they're 2 scientists that got trapped in an experiment and forced to become plant people.
There's differences, but yeah, I see. I
I've
thought you
always
said
liked
man. I thought you
man
said
thing.
man thing. Like I thought you meant like someone's sexuality. That's where I thought you were going.
Oh, I don't
That's
know
right.
what that guy was with the white.
That's what I thought you were going. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we're getting here early today. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come for the comics, stay for the cancellation.
Word, yo.
Basically.
Yeah.
So what you saying?
I know a little bit about.
What I'm saying is, you need to get the fuck out my business.
Ah,
Krills put you onto that, huh?
yeah. Okay.
the BFK crew. Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
I knew a little bit about the comic book, not much. I knew more about Man Thing than I did about Werewolf by Night. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying. So
What you guys think?
I liked it. You know what I'm saying. It was surprisingly really good.
You know, I
You know what I'm saying?
I was watching the Easter egg, which actually makes me question Man Thing more than Werewolf by Night. Guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but after that whole experiment happened, he was the guardian of that area that's in between dimensions and universes, where the Book of Ashanti was.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually the guardian of that area, so no one fucks with the timetable. I mean, with the timetables and the different universes and all other shit. And now it's questioning, like, was he captured from there, and that's why Sylvie was able to fuck up the timeline? And is that why he wasn't stopping Strange and what's his name from getting the Book of Ashanti? Like, because it's like, if that's what happened in the comic and he's here now, it has to relate somehow, because this chick used to go out with Blade, right? Wasn't she on the team with Blade, the Bloodstone chick? Yeah. You know, so like, there's a lot of, they showed a vampire, you know, she teamed up with Blade. He's in the multiverse fucking gateway shit. There's a lot of things that's happening here.
The mystical team we're starting. We're getting to the mystical side, which we always wanted. We're getting there.
And that stone.
I have a question for you, though, real quick. Do we know when this is set? What time period? This is current?
I have no idea.
I looked it up and I never got any information about, like, specifically.
Yo, there's a theory that. So there's 2 camps. There's one that says that those guards were TVA agents.
They looks like they got pruners.
Yeah.
But they hit Werewolf by Night with him, and he didn't prune. He just fucking got shocked.
Yeah, they're like zap. They was like on
So
zap mode.
There's
They
one
kind of look
theory-
like the TVA.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So one prevailing theory is that that they were in a time displaced area,
Okay.
and that this is a ritual. Every once in a while, they do this shit.
for the Bloodstone.
Yeah. Because in one episode, what's his name? Owen Wilson mentioned something about vampires. Then there's another thing that
I haven't watched Easter egg videos on this.
This took place in the modern day, but not at a time where other shit was happening.
Okay.
in like a lull moment.
Like a okay.
Like,
Gotcha.
I know at the very end, when they're in that like little wooded, I'm sorry, I'm saying spoilers alert, but you should have watched it right now. Fuck you. I'm going with the Russo brothers shit. It's been out. Watch it. There's literally the log they're sitting on the left, on the right hand corner is them. There's like a payphone, and it looks really 1980s. Like look, it was ripped
The
out.
whole vibe was very like old
right?
school. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying.
This, I think the intention of this is to do a little bit of what I've been saying, where you just do something. You introduce characters. It doesn't connect to anything. But now that you've introduced a character, you can use that character and something else. And when he shows up, you're already familiar with who that character is.
Yeah.
I think overall that this is what this is supposed to be. They just went, hey, we want to do a good Halloween special. We have these characters. Put them out there. And if it works, we could put them in more shit. And it doesn't.
You could. This has a TV 14 rating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the most violent shit.
You can
ever done.
tell. Legit, sword in the forehead. I said, whoa. They sliced about 3 throats, and when you see Werewolf take a chunk out of this guy, that shit was Resident Evil stuff. I said, okay.
They can do that because it was in black and white.
Yeah.
That's what I said from the beginning. Because
Like,
they were doing a lot of weird stuff with the blood too, where it's like, it's blood, but it's black and white. We could just keep it ambiguous.
Yo,
It's
do you
funny,
know that
ambiguous.
You mentioned Guardians. I'm hoping, since this Hollywood special was really good, that the Guardians is even better, and the Guardians are really established. I'm hoping it just keeps the vibe going. It doesn't She-Hulk us.
Yeah.
Everybody's losing their minds over Werewolf by Night too.
Yo, Werewolf by Night was so good because, again, it blended the action. It blended maybe not like horror, but definitely suspense.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
Definitely some disturbing imagery when he rips the fucking dude's chest. Man, was scary as shit when he sets motherfuckers on fire.
Oh yeah.
And again, it didn't go for comedy. It went for levity.
But they had funny moments.
Yeah, but the funny moments were brought out of levity, not out of where do I find a punchline. It's just this shit. Yo, believe it or not, no matter what the fuck happens in life, there's always something to find funny in it. Every fucked up situation you could think of, there's something funny you could find in about it. Now, there's an appropriate time and place for all that. But the point of, so I read somewhere, I forget where it was, but I read somewhere that you can't have anything that's entirely one thing.
Yeah.
So if something is like truly horrific, it cannot exist without at least one thing to laugh at. If there's something overly joyous, it cannot exist without something to be serious about. And if you look at life situations, we take comedies, for example, that's supposed to be funny. And we can sit here and pick apart, well, the logic doesn't make sense. That didn't make sense. We take it a little too seriously. Or if you watch a horror movie, people getting fucking hacked up, all this shit. Freddy Krueger, hilarious motherfucker.
Ooh.
The Leprechaun, hilarious motherfucker.
Love the Leprechaun.
You need that,
Leprechaun in the Hood.
that bit of balance.
I don't care what anyone says. Leprechaun in the Hood was fucking hysterical.
I'm sorry. I can never not mention that when somebody says a Leprechaun. It goes, "You went to the hood." I'm sorry, as you were. I apologize. I'm sorry.
When he smoked, it's like, that's good shit. I was like, what are y'all doing?
But that's Willow.
But I loved it. Yo, you know what I forgot? The first Leprechaun, there's like a big actress there.
Jennifer Aniston.
Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, right? Yo,
She's in it.
I forgot about that. I saw Leprechaun 1. Leprechaun scarred me, y'all. My dad showed me Leprechaun with the intent of fucking with me. That was the intent. So that shit really messed me up. So when I went back, I was like, oh shit.
I have a little bit of an update here.
With Critters, they had Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Little furry ball things that throw
Yeah, the rip off
spikes
of
out.
Gremlins.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like their bootleg Gremlins.
So I have a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
According to the official MCU timeline on the Disney app,
Mhm.
Werewolf by Night is at the end.
Okay,
It's
so
after Thor: Love and Thunder.
perfect. I needed
Cool.
to hear
All
that.
right.
Cool. Needed to hear that.
It's a lot better than it, so thumbs up to
Wow.
that.
I mean, just low hanging fruit there. Okay. I honestly think the show is good, it's well made. It's a nice spooky vibe for Halloween. But the fact that no one even knew it was out yet, and there's like no overhype, definitely helped. Yo, I saw comments on the comic book Instagram. They're like, yo, they did no advertising for the show.
No, not at all.
Like I didn't even know this shit was out. So people watched it, no hype, and they just watched it. They just enjoyed it. And I think that's very important nowadays. I said that shit last episode.
Yeah, you did.
When there's too much overhype, people hate watch shit.
Do you know something? The one thing about this show is they took it serious.
Yeah, you can tell. It's a
There was
passion
not one-
project.
Yeah,
The passion
there was
project.
not one part about this that was played for the sheer stupidity of it.
Or
Yeah, yep,
forced.
absolutely.
It didn't feel forced.
Yeah.
I
And on
feel
top
like
of that-
I genuinely feel like I'm sorry, real quick. I feel like whoever made this genuinely always wanted to do this. I don't feel like he stumbled onto. I feel like they always wanted to do this. Maybe the characters were different, but if I could feel the passion here.
So this was directed by Michael Giacchino, and he normally does the composing for Marvel. He's the composer. This is his first time directing.
So he's been thinking about shit for years now.
Yeah.
Marinating
Yeah,
there. All right.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
But-
See what happens, Marvel, when you give motherfuckers a little time?
Yo, the one thing I love is I love the whole narrative that the monster wasn't Man-Thing, it was the hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the fact, as we were discussing, how She-Hulk, all men are fucking evil and dumb and stupid and horrible fucking people. Here, two best friends. I came in here to get my boy out.
Yeah.
He came back to save.
Prison break.
Yeah, like,
Prison break.
Yeah,
Yo.
pretty much.
when this dude turns around and goes, I'm human. Maybe not the human you expect, but the other side of me does some shit, but it's not me. And she was like, oh, this thing's going to turn you in 5 minutes. You don't have 5 days. He instantly turned around and was like, I have to then get your scent to make sure I don't attack you.
That was cool. That was cool. Smart, smart people. This is what
And
smart people do.
They didn't make a joke out of it, which was good. And they lent in. Look at the pain in his face.
Yeah.
When he tells her, it kind of worked once.
You know, the question is, who did it work with? Did it work with Man-Thing or did it work with someone else?
Probably some
it had to
shorty.
be his other love interest.
Probably
Yeah,
some
it has to be
shorty.
somebody
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Probably.
And it's funny because the guy who plays Werewolf by Night, he was in I've seen one of his movies, and it's a Motorcycle Diaries. It was one of those rare moments, and I saw something that's not action, and the dude is a legit good actor. Like I'm not even. I was like, when I saw that he's in it, I go, all right, at least the acting's gonna be good. I know that much. You know what I'm saying?
You might have seen two of his things. Have you ever seen Coco?
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah.
He's
Who was
in
he in
that.
Coco?
He's the guy who, the uncle, the one who they went into the land of the dead
Yeah.
to get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The skeleton. That's what
Yeah.
He's a voice.
him.
Yes,
nice.
the guy, yeah, that's right.
I did not know that. Yo, to be honest, guys, I did no researching on this. Werewolf by Night, I didn't even know it was coming out. There's so much stuff coming out right now. Work has been busy. So it was kind of fun to just, I want to see a little more. I want to see a little more. I was kind of happy and sad at the same time that it turned to color.
Yeah.
I was all right with the black and white vibe, but I kind of wasn't. Like when it turned into color, I said, okay, cool. but also I was like, yeah, there was a nice vibe in here. But I think it was just for that main, like it worked perfect for that main scene in that little like house crib where the challenge was happening.
The color thing is an homage to
the horror movies of them.
Yes.
To Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
The color change is a reverse Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Because when she goes to the fantastical world, everything's in color because her legit world is trash.
Yeah.
Where this is the opposite, where Bloodstone coming back here, because she's technically the main character in this, and her coming back here, this world is trash for her. Yeah. And now that she's free of it, now the world opens up to color and possibilities, and now
I gotta do more.
It's funny because I feel
on this show. I gotta do more research on this show. I'm sorry, I'm ill prepared, guys. I'm sorry.
I feel the black and white. The only character really didn't make justice to was Man-Thing, because once you see him in color, you see the eyes and everything. That look is amazing. First and foremost, let's have something with Man-Thing, because the guy's name is Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a name you do not expect for something that's called Man-Thing to have, it's Ted.
And something that you don't expect. And something that you don't expect a thing called Man-Thing to do is brew coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
Had the coffee ready. I was like, Man-Thing, I'm really feeling you right now. Had the coffee ready. They made a joke about the girl. Yep. Man-Thing's like, I saw you, fam. I saw you. Like, no, whatever, man. He's like, I saved you this time. And he's like, no, I went in to save you. And Man-Thing's like, no. I saved you. I was like, this is cool. This is fun. I still need to see more. I'm not going to crown it. But
Did you guys see the small little detail? Two things that I loved. When what's his name escaped? When Werewolf by Night escapes, before you see his eyes, you see him up on the fucking
hanging on the
but they don't focus in on it. Like they don't. It's only if you're paying attention you see it before he's revealed, which I thought.
And by the time you notice, it's too late. He's already in the fucking air.
He's the one that he said, I fought him many a times.
Yeah.
I fought him 100 times. I was like,
and the thing I found one of the best little details. When Man-Thing is leaving, he walks up to Ziggy Stardust and he stepped over her.
Yeah, and he picks up his suit or like something to like wrap him up because he knows that he's gonna be out there naked.
Yep.
Yeah.
He knows.
He fucking stepped over whoever that was. I was like, yo, perfect depiction. He's not the monster.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a little fun fact: Kevin Feige actually loves Man-Thing as a character.
Makes sense.
He actually wanted to put him in this. He's the one who put him in this, and he actually liked the 2000-something direct to sci-fi TV movie Man-Thing that they made. Because they try to make Man-Thing.
I remember that.
They try to make Man-Thing.
I do not.
Back in the day, and it went straight to sci-fi.
I do not remember the back when it was SCI-FI.
Yeah, but I tell you right now, definitely. Give me more of whatever that is.
I need to see more
going on with those two. Give me whatever that is, and at no point do I want Man-Thing to talk. I want to play off of whatever Jake says.
Yep.
So
maybe one word at the end.
It's
maybe
like Groot.
One word.
It's like Groot, but not Groot. You know what I mean?
You got to make him like Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Where people just like they look at Werewolf and like, how the fuck do you understand him?
Like Stewie, like Stewie's like, yo, so do they understand the baby? Like, yeah, like in Family Guy, that was one of the favorite moments. Like,
but it was.
Do they know what he's saying?
Yeah, it was definitely like I said, once you see him in color, then you go, oh, okay. And like I said, when he was standing there and he says whatever he says to her, she goes, oh, he went that way, and he goes, cool, got it.
Yeah.
He goes, I hear you. Thanks. I
love they have that awkward moment, and he's like he shrugs. He goes, he's like you can tell he's like, yo. So where did he go? He went that way. It's like, gotcha.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna point out that right there, moment of levity.
Yep, absolutely.
When he stepped over, moment of levity. Where they try to do comedy, where they try to do comedy, is when my man's trying to throw the fucking grenade or on the stick. That's comedy. That either works for you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's a clear distinction of that, less of that, more of just the natural fucking funny moments that happen within shit.
Like when he's first talking to him and he's like, yo, why are we always doing this? I tell you not to do something, I got to show up and help you. This is the last time. This is the last time. Even when he was talking to the girl, he goes, when you have to save a stupid friend again and again.
And he looks back at the thing as if he can hear him. Like that's
and again, we've said it before all of this. Some of the best moments in the MCU is when people are just chilling. When he's talking to her about family and he's like, you know, we try to act like we don't have everything over our family and like we try our hardest not to, but something's in there. And then on the opposite side, like I thought that was a really nice conversation. And I think it was like, I thought it was funny. She's like, oh, this lady got the keys in the thing. I was like, okay. But I thought the interaction was fun.
Here's the funny thing. If you know the Bloodstone family, that makes perfect sense.
The way she explained it, The way she explained
but
it,
Even if you know the family a little, I know a little bit about the family in the comics. That makes sense. They have contingency upon contingency upon contingency, even for shit that you're like, dude, that will never happen in a million years.
I got that vibe. Yeah, I got that vibe. Homie is over here in his coffin, still moving and talking. I was like, yeah, this family seems legit.
I love the fact that everybody was, especially that Viking dude or whatever he was freaked out. He was like,
the Scottish?
Fuck is he, what is this shit?
I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
I liked him very much.
Now, I can't be me without going a little negative. I do have one negative
real quick. You guys notice how when the woman was giving out the things and saying he has 75 kills, he has 40 kills, he has
100 deaths.
100 deaths. It's like, because Cap mentions like 100 deaths, and I was sitting there, like, maybe that's one of those, she knows he's a monster and they're killing the monster and, you know, the people that like, but I don't understand the deaths part. Like, what's the significance of that?
She might know that he hunts hunters, but he himself, might not have known that he himself was a monster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because remember when he said 100, everybody looked at him on some, you? 100 deaths.
This little guy?
All of them was like, that guy. Well, impressive. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Excuse me, sir.
My only negative for this show is whoever the fuck the main lady was, Bloodstone's mom. Somebody needed to tell her, we're all in this movie. I don't know what fucking Rita Repulsa Power Ranger movie you think you're in.
She was a little over the top.
You need to dial that shit back.
Overacting for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Especially when he grabbed her arm and the zoom in on her face.
Yeah, he's like, he's not letting go. Yeah.
I thought he was ripping it off.
I thought so too.
I really thought that shit was coming off.
Yeah.
I was like, after we seen a couple of slices and I mean, things got real when he came out. Question for you guys. What did you think about his overall look as Werewolf by Night?
I'm a fan of the old school Lon Chaney, Wolfman, and all that shit. I loved it. Yeah. That looked spot on, perfect. They even found a way to keep the Day of the Dead makeup that he had on.
It's funny because you see at one point he's looking, I think, at the girl, and his ears keep growing, so like they keep doing that curve, and I'm like, that's dope because he's still going through the process, even though he's wasting the TVA or whoever the hell they are. But that's like the TVA to me.
Bram Stoker's Dracula vibes with the werewolf there. I got some real Bram Stoker's vibes there.
And when he mentioned that Day of the Dead shit to the guy, the guy's like, I love your face paint. He goes, yeah, it's all, no, I don't give a shit what it's about. I just love your face paint.
He's like, it just looks cool, dude.
Yeah, take it easy.
little Easter egg thing. Fun fact that I found out watching the Easter egg video.
I gotta go back.
If you guys watch it again, keep your eye on the top right corner.
Oh, there's always those things.
There's little burn marks. So
yes, I did notice that.
So here's the thing. In the old days, back when everything was actual film, those little cues would let the projectionist know, all right, it's time to change the canister out and put the next one in.
Oh,
But for the
nice.
show, specifically for the show, they're used to mark the next point. So you know how there's always 3 acts in a
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
They're used to depict the acts. It happens in the first act, it happens to transition to the second act, and then the final act.
I noticed
happens
one
3
big
times.
I noticed one big blotch, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I did notice that. Yeah, it's like one
crazy.
big blotch.
I did not know that.
I didn't know it was for the cues, though. I didn't know they
Yeah.
were using it. I thought they were just using it to just keep the vibes going.
Yeah.
But it's fun to. I don't know.
I think besides Man Thing and Color, my favorite thing is when they look up at the gate and they see the hole and they go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like everybody goes, "God,
And
he's out."
she climbed out of that real quick.
Yo,
Next scene, you just see her dropping out. Like homegirl was on a mission. I like Elsa.
yo,
Yeah,
my
man.
one of my favorite things is the way they depict the transformation. How you see him transform in the shadow
Yeah.
behind him, while
Yes.
she's over here like he said never to
Keep
look
eye
away.
contact.
Yeah.
She's trying her hardest not to fucking break that eye contact, and you just see like I said, old school of what works now will work 100 years from now. You just every time he comes up, it's a little bigger, it's a little this. Do you know that they actually used stunt doubles to make him grow? So they had him do one movement. They brought in somebody else who was in that next stage, a little closer to the camera, so it looked
So
bigger.
the shadow could get bigger.
The next stage, a little more full in the makeup,
Mhm.
and they built it up that way.
Nice. That's respected.
So like I still need to see more, and I want to learn more about the characters. I went in here completely blind, and I mean, I don't want to say that I was rocked, but it's good stuff so far.
Dude, for those who say that they don't think Marvel could do rated R or they're worried about Deadpool, the level of violence in this fucking show.
We could do that. We could do that.
Absolutely.
See, that TV-14 rating, let me tell you, there's a big difference between PG-13 and TV-14. TV-14 basically means, it's like 14 to 18. Yeah, maybe 14 to 17.
There's a leeway.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, when I saw the first, like, clear throat slash, I said, because the first thing you see is her chopping the hand. And we seen Thor chop this guy's head off clean.
Did you see the blood spurt when he came out?
But that's what I'm saying. The blood spurt on the camera too, like leaking on the cam. And then she slices homegirl's throat and then forehead. I said, oh. And then, when he takes the chunk off of the TVA dude, like I got Resident Evil vibes. You saw like, and it was black and white. But still, I was like, yo, chill.
The most shocking thing is when Elsa fucking buck-fitted fucking Wakanda dude or whoever the fuck that was.
Dog.
Just slit straight up like,
that's a dollar value blade.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
That's Dull Blade.
What I was like,
Yeah.
what I was impressed with was when Homeboy ripped out the dude's Achilles. Like that first scene, he ripped out the dude's Achilles, made him like get on his knee and then grabbed him. Was like, oh shit, okay, he's smart.
She was wild. I was like, yo, okay. And I know people love that. I know people love the fact that we could get some gore. Everybody's like, infatuated with the boys. It was fun to see.
It don't take much.
I do like to. I am interested in seeing how far they can push this TV-14 rating. I'm not like I don't need gore, and I'm totally not a horror guy, which I didn't get real huge horror vibes from this either. But there was a lot of suspense.
So,
like you said, there was one jump scare when they bumped into each other, Elsa and Jack, and it's I got this. Okay, cool, but.
So, the what do you call it? Like I said, I'm a old school horror fan. Anybody who knows old school horror knows that the sensibility of people back in the day was different.
Absolutely.
This is exactly what, if you watch the old Lon Chaney Wolfman or the Dracula,
NuKKle HeDD
or the
Theater.
Mummy, this is exactly the type of movie you're gonna see. Where to them, what was going on was horrific because they had never seen it.
Yes.
To us, it's not gonna be. It's still good, but it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm just fucking running.
Yeah.
Shit, it was like the fucking thriller video.
I def got Nosferatu vibes for sure. Yeah, no,
But
the Nosferatu vibes were real.
That's all the style. They weren't big on jump scares and all. It was more atmospheric and more make everybody uncomfortable by the setting of the lighting or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's funny. Like Cap said it right. I went in there, I watched it, and I enjoyed all of it. Honestly, I was like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, wasn't disappointed at all, and would love to see something else. If it's the exact same format, I wouldn't be upset at it.
Yeah.
You know, like when that gore starts and it's black and white and he's killing, then like towards the end of the beginning, it's in regular color. Sure, why not? I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just keep Man-Thing the way he is. Don't get cute. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. People get cute.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way he was.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So do we keep it in its own world, or do we, invite him to like a
like Moon Knight?
Moon Knight. I just want Moon Knight. But we don't have to inundate it and then make the show about cameos. Like no. We tried it. It was cool, but Moon Knight would be perfect for this.
This is a one-off, right? This is just
this is just a special event.
Okay.
This is like Halloween stuff. Yeah. Little Moon Knight call out would be nice, but just keep it there. Keep it there. We'll see Man-Thing later. We may see Werewolf by Night later. Cool. Just keep it here.
They had in the beginning like those scrolls and all those masks, the different phases of the moon. That could have been a reference to Moon Knight, because in the comics his power were based off of where the moon was positioned.
100%. And they showed the heroes. They show the heroes at the beginning in that little
it's also
painting.
a fucking nod to him being a lycanthrope and just an overall werewolf.
Yeah. No, but so that thing that he said he fought, supposedly a vampire.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of vampire mentions.
I fought it many times.
And
so that's a reference to
it
Dracula.
It looked like the monsters that She-Hulk was trying to throw back into the fucking dimension with Johnny Blaze or Donnie Blaze, Donnie Blue.
So,
Donnie Blaze.
You know where I would like to see the next iteration? I know everybody's Moon Knight, Blade, let's get the Midnight Suns going, all that. But Marvel, at one point, and I mentioned this before, they started out as horror comics.
Mm-hmm.
There's a team, the Legion of Monsters, that Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing both belong to. Keep them. I would just keep them there.
Yep.
If you want to bring them to other things, cool.
Sure.
But for their own things, just do a Legion of Monsters show.
Yeah.
Who else is on that monster team?
Oh, I gotta look it up. Yeah, that just had it.
Is there a mummy and a Frankenstein kind of deal going on with them?
Yeah, because they had all the old school
like the classic ones, classic monsters.
There's a few people that's been in there. I'm pretty sure some of the heroes have been in there too.
So what did you feel? Okay,
it's Man-Thing, Manphibian, Morbius, the living vampire.
Got to.
Something called Vampire, the Mummy, Werewolf by Night, and Nakutu the Living.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. The way they had it listed made it look like two separate things. It's Nakutu the Living Mummy.
Okay.
So they had the mummy, the vampire, all the shit that you would expect.
Okay. So how did you?
So Manphibian is their version of the creature from Blue Lagoon.
Monster from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys feel about the length of this? Because I kind of felt like it was good, but also I'm gonna add another 20 minutes to this.
Oh, Satana's in there. Nice.
So
no, I feel like I feel.
I think it was fine. I think it was fine. I think it was fine.
I felt like if you would have added 20 minutes, we would have got
a little movie.
The Batman.
Yeah, we got a little movie.
Like, yo, you would have tried to get up to do something. Oh, there's more. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I could have 55 minutes, no problem. Especially the way it started and the way it ended. You know what? It didn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
For this introducing 3 new potential mainstay characters without provocation, without prior knowledge, and to tell a story that didn't have anything else to connect to it, and hone in on Bloodstone and Werewolf by Night and Man Thing and make you connect to them. This was a perfect runtime, and again, it emulated the exact runtime of old movies.
Okay.
Old school movies weren't fucking 4 hours long. They were, you get in, you get out, because honestly,
hard. It was hard to do it. Like they didn't have resources for hour 30-minute movies.
Yeah,
But
the
not only
movies
that,
we watched in
but
the theater was like 55 hour, 10 minutes.
Not only that, but the only entertainment back in that day before television came out was movie theaters. So you would go and spend a day, you'd watch one movie. Before that show, they'd have cartoons for the kids. You'd watch your movie. You'd have an intermission. You go get a snack. There's another cartoon for the kids. You watch a second movie, and then you go home.
I've had a whole day at the theaters, even with the two-hour films. A whole day at the theater, it's not bad. The theater was in a mall, so I could step out, get back in for the next showing. You know, I did 3. I didn't do 4. Yeah.
Shit, the most I've ever done was 2 movies in a day.
I did. Ready Player One was the first one. And then after that,
that was a long movie, Ready Player One. It was a good movie, but that was a pretty long one.
Yeah, and I think right after was the Tomb Raider one. I think. And then it was just some bullshit that I didn't want to be. As much as I like staying home, I don't know what was going on. I got a new apartment now, so like I stay home a lot more. But like my other apartment, when I was there for a little while, I started, you know, and the movie theater is literally across the street. The mall is there, so I just had a day. I just had a day in the mall, saw 2-3 movies, ate some fucking hot dogs, and you know they have the churro mania, which every mall has the churro mania. That you get the churros with the chocolate and when I got home, my stomach was hurting. A lot of popcorn, nachos, the little pretzel bites, which is top tier movie snack. Yes. Whether it's with salt, whether it's with cheese, whether you got whether you want to do the cinnamon one.
Yo,
top tier snack.
You want a top tier candy that not a lot of people probably know of? Snow caps.
The snow caps. I knew you were gonna say snow caps.
Snow caps.
Yeah.
Yo, so you remember
are snow caps good? Oh my bad. Go ahead, Cap.
I was gonna say, you remember when we went to see Scorpion King, and it had the ill-fated problem that we happened to see Spider-Man before it, and then we went to go see Scorpion King, and we're like, yo, that movie's trash.
This movie's garbage.
You never want to watch 2 movies back to back like that for sure.
Word.
Because of that. But
we went in the wrong order. We would have probably liked Scorpion King had we had saw that first and then Spider-Man.
Do you like snow caps outside of the movie theater?
Yes.
Because Whoppers, I think nowadays I only like Whoppers in the movie theaters. I don't care. I don't eat candy as much, but sour candy for sure. But like, I need to, if I'm eating Whoppers, because I'm in the theaters.
See, M&M's is my go-to chocolate. M&M's and Hershey's Crunch, my go-to chocolate candy if I'm in the store. Like if you go to Walgreens or something like that, and I'm like, all right, we're about to go watch WrestleMania, or we got a movie at home or something. Snow caps.
Yeah. Ty just said I put peanut M&Ms in my popcorn. Ty, do you remember for a limited time that these popcorns were coming out with like Nestle's Crunch in it, with M&Ms in it? For like a limited time, they did that. The freaking Nestle Crunch with the popcorn.
Yep.
Legit addiction, fam. I was getting that shit by the bags. I'm talking about for dinner. I was eating that shit, bro. Shit was crazy. I did not think those 2 things will hit that well, but I've noticed that one of the most universal snacks of all time is popcorn. Put anything on popcorn is fine.
The butter and salt matches with the sweetness of the fucking chocolate. to a T.
I told you the time. This blew my mind. I think I mentioned this when I went to watch Mad Max Fury Road. I was in Arizona at the time working over there, and in the theater I'd never seen this. They had different powder flavor for the popcorn. They had ranch, blue cheese, nacho, jalapeno. I was like, I've never seen that in my life. Just literally like condiment, just there. You could just splash your popcorn. So I did a little Cool Ranch, and I was like, this is delicious. Delightful. I was like, nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Reached
I'll tell you
100
right
comments
now,
today, man. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Ty.
Word.
I'm the weird guy. My favorite movie snack, Junior Mints.
Hey, I hear that. Hey, man,
Yo.
Junior Mints are legit.
It's just something about that cooling sensation as you're watching a movie.
It kind of
'Cause
keeps you in tune.
I use it more like I just eat it regularly. Like I'll buy Junior Mints out here in Walgreens, but I like to, if I had too much popcorn, a couple of Junior Mints like clear out the palate.
Palate cleanse.
taste out of your mouth.
100%. I 1,000,000% agree with you. It does make your drink a little weird. So you know, but
The key is
cooling. It's like
the key
toothpaste.
is not to chew it. The key is to like mash it at the roof of your mouth, so that the outer sides get the flavoring, but the inner taste buds still can taste everything else.
I like the rope candy with the like cream filling paws. That one's good. They look like Twizzlers, but
Okay.
Vines. I think they call some vines.
Yeah.
Grapevines. Those are good. Snow caps, top tier.
You know what's hilarious? Outside in the real world, I love Skittles, but I don't like to eat them too much in the movie theaters.
Because you can't hear. You hear yourself chewing.
That's not it. I like to separate them by the color, and I can't see it in the movie theater. And I don't like to just shovel a whole bunch of shit. Like I like to. If I have them in the movies, I literally eat them one at a time.
I feel like when I have too much Skittles in my mouth and I'm chewing, I hear myself chew it. Kind of can't hear that, but I guess that can happen with any food. Damn, now I want one.
Word.
The pretzel bites.
Yo.
Oh my god, why them shit so good?
Taquan wants to know if you ever went to a bougie ass theater with the whole ass meals. The only so
That's
I never
that's what
went
I
there.
do. That's what I do every time. I'm not trying to like be the bougie guy or whatnot, but if it's a Marvel movie, the first watch is in a bougie ass theater with the meals.
Yep.
Sometimes I have a meal, sometimes I have a drink, but I do that because I don't want to hear the clapping. The next watch, AMC, clap all you want.
You know,
real quick.
Go ahead.
Of course, Cabs goes to watch Marvel movies in the bougie thing
With
because
a
Amazon
cigar.
emails him and tells him when the movie's coming.
We haven't done the Amazon thing in so long, Cabs.
He got the cigar and all that other shit there with the little extender.
Bro, I have it set up. I abuse Amazon Prime, and I can get the football games now or the Thursday games.
Amazon Prime sucks. If it wasn't for one show that I want to see, I would never have fucking Amazon.
It's good anime. There's good anime in that. There's good anime.
You know what's crazy?
All the 80s movies on there.
Well, no, that's Hulu. That's Hulu. You're right. That's Hulu.
You know,
right.
you know what's
That's literally
crazy?
my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Cap buys something from Amazon with Amazon Prime. It takes like 4 days to get here, or like a week. This thing right here is a treadmill. Believe it or not, this is a fucking treadmill.
Next day.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can tell you my history. I've never bought anything with Amazon Prime shipping that came the next day. It's always 2 or 3 days.
I specifically
There's certain things that are specifically made that are like, yo, we'll get it to you tomorrow.
Yo, get this shit. I specifically put my address. We live in the same house. I specifically put my address just so that way it comes on time. Because for some reason, Cap, every time he puts his address, it's the next day. We couldn't get to your house or some shit.
Well,
I like to send shit.
They might show you some love, bro.
I like to send shit to. I like to send shit to my. I like to send stuff to my job.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I hear you.
Not
Send it to my job because like I'm in the city, So I feel like there's more Amazon movement there,
Yeah, yeah.
and where my job is.
Yeah.
So I just
I
sent everything
ordered
there.
collagen water,
Nice.
and it was like, "Yo, it's perishable. They got to bring it to me the
The
next
blue,
day."
the yellow, the red ones. I drink them
Yeah.
shits all the time.
Nope. It came 4 days after I ordered the shit.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
Yeah. So to answer to Quan's question.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing about the bougie movie. No, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, all right. So to me, growing up, we had the American movie theater in the Bronx. That looked like a high school auditorium, wooden seats. Like that was the first place I ever had a bucket for popcorn. Everything was the bag.
In the mall, right? That big mall
in Parkchester.
Yeah.
It's now, I think, the Magic Johnson Theater.
Yes, yeah. So we used to go there. We used to go there every Tuesday because it was $5 a ticket. And then Whitestone was a step up from that, but good luck finding a seat that wasn't broken and a theater that wasn't full of weed. And then the bougie
floor that wasn't sticky.
And the floor that wasn't sticky.
Yep. And then the bougie spot was AMC in Bay Plaza to me because it was nice. Right?
Yeah, AMC was the bougie spot.
And then I start working, right? And I'm talking to this one chick and I'm like, yo, the nice movie that I go to is Bay Plaza. And she goes, you don't never bring no girl to Bay Plaza. And I was like, what? You don't know what it's like to watch a movie for 3 hours on a wooden seat and to get a contact high and fall through the chair watching some shit in Whitestone. Bay Plaza's where the fuck we go. So then my boy was like, yo, they just made a movie theater in New Rock, the Regal. So we go there and it's like, oh, this shit is nice. They got new cups. Like they actually have the buckets for the popcorn. I'm like, this shit is nice. All right, this is the new bougie spot. This is where I take some bitches, right? So I'm sitting, I'm like, all right, this is it. And then they build a theater in Ridge Hill. I'm like, oh, this is just as nice as New Rock. This one's better. Why is it better? It got ice cream. These motherfuckers, and not like the fucking the Hershey's Crunch ice cream that comes in the no, they scoop out the ice cream. You get chocolate ice cream in the thing. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are rich. These are smart people. You get hot dogs, fucking popcorn, ice cream, a pretzel. You got everything you need here.
Not for nothing, eating ice cream while watching a movie, that's a vibe.
Yeah.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
So
for some reason, the ice cream and the popcorn, it's a crazy mix. It should have made sense.
Yep.
But it does.
It does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The one I went to is I recently went with my lady. She found it. It's called the Alamo Draft House.
Yes.
So burgers, a whole burger. We literally had watching the movie Bullet Train. Watching Bullet Train, right? By the way, you guys have like an hour or something to kill. Bullet Train's a pretty good movie. It has it right, and then all of a sudden I see the drink menu, and I'm like,
$27.
So we got liquor in here. It's not a bad deal. And then you press the button, they deliver it to you. You don't have to get it. You know what I'm saying? So you're watching a movie, everything comes to you. I was like, I might have to do Wakanda Forever there.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, I do it there because there's no clapping. Like people know what's up.
Yeah, but the way the theater is really small. Kind of private deal going on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think the most seats is 30, I think, at best.
No, let me tell you.
I've never been to one of those.
Let me tell you.
You gotta go, bro. Gotta go.
So the first time
that
shit started getting really
it's like
expensive.
$200 a day.
No,
it's expensive.
It'll run you, but it's worth it at the end, I think. I feel.
The first time I did that was
one little
hand job.
A little pee touch.
It could be done.
Yeah.
I think it got big here. It was called Cine Bistro, I believe it was called. Okay. And I went there to watch. I was with my baby moms. My son was in the womb, and we went to go watch Amazing Spider-Man there. It was kind of like a whole date night thing, and I was like, "Yo, this is cool. Like they bring you food, but they only bring you food at the beginning, so you're not." Like you got to order the food quick because they're not bringing in food throughout the night or whatever. Then when I started this new job over here, I found a really good one down the block. I actually went to go watch Spider-Man Far From Home there, and it was expensive. And I got some drinks. I got a steak dinner, and
nice.
I was vibing. The good thing about this one, it has independent seating, so if they're not all next to each other, it's almost like first class seats. Yeah, It's like
Yeah.
2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So like if you
Yeah.
get one, chances are someone's not gonna sit next to you because it's like it's a bougie theater. They're like, bro, I'm not gonna pay $25 to sit next to somebody. So
Yeah.
if you're going with someone, great, you got both the 2 seats, no one's around you to bother you. But if you're going alone, get 1 seat. There's a big chance no one sits next to you. So I went to watch Spider-Man Far From Home. No one sitting next to me, chilling. I was eating my food. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money on drinks and food, but it was a vibe. I took myself out on a date, you know?
Hey,
I went to I got caught in one of my weird fucking situations that I always get caught in, where I went to go see Elvis. So I was invited.
This was recent.
Yeah, I was invited to this place. It's kind of like the Alamo Draft House, but I don't think it had the same name. But it's the same deal. You sit at the thing, you order food.
Where's it located?
I don't know. I wasn't driving.
Right, because there's one in Brooklyn that's not too far from the one that I went to. It's like literally hop, skip away. It's right there.
I think this one might have been either in Jersey or Connecticut.
Okay, might be there's one in Jersey too. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm with my boy, all right, and he's like, "Yo, we're hanging out with this other chick," and he's like, "Yo, tell her that your brother is sick with COVID, which he was, and you gotta check on him." So I'm like, "No doubt, all right," because she invited me, and I got the hint he didn't want me to go. No doubt. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I'm sitting in the car in the back seat. She gets in the car. So Vic, you're gonna come with us to the movies? And right before I could say anything, my boy goes, "Oh yeah, he should be able to go. His brother just tested negative for COVID. He should be free." And I was like, "What?" Which all that was true.
Did?
All that was true. And I was like, "What?" And she pressed me, and I was like, I'm now looking at him in the mirror in the rearview, and he's looking at me, giving me those say no, say no. And I'm like, I can't say no now. You told me the plan and didn't stick to the plan. So I got roped into being the third wheel going because you gave up the goat. And then when she left to go do something, he fucking yelled at me. He's like, "Dude, didn't I tell you something?" I was like, "Motherfucker, you the one. I didn't say shit. You said
I was gonna go with the COVID plan, and you just over here switching plays.
It's like you offered information nobody asked you about, motherfucker."
Yeah, that was on him.
Mm-hmm.
That was on him.
Then I went and saw Elvis, which was a good movie, and I did what I always do, because the one thing we can all agree on is I'm a bona fide 100% adult.
Got the chicken fingers.
Yep. Because when I'm in a place and I don't know what the fuck's going on, chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers can't fail you, bro. They just can't.
There's only been one time that it has.
That's rare.
Nathan's. Don't ever get the chicken fingers at Nathan's.
I don't go for it there though. Yeah.
Yo, because I was like,
Yo, I got rules, bro.
I was like, I'm tired of hot dogs. Let me get the fucking chicken fingers. I didn't know that it was just boiled chicken. Like, they didn't cook the fucking chicken on the grill. It was boiled chicken with coating, hopefully adhered to it.
Yo, listen, I got rules.
So you saw like those patches where there's like no crust on it or nothing, like no skin.
Dude, I picked up and crust fell off the shit.
Oh, no.
Yo, I got rules. You go to a steakhouse, you get steak. You go to a burger joint, you get burgers. You go to a hot dog joint, you get hot dogs. You go to a Spanish restaurant, you get Spanish food. I don't get fish at a steakhouse, and I don't go to a fucking fish restaurant. That's just like when I go to City Island, people look at me weird. I go, let me get 2 hamburgers.
That's stupid. The chicken hat Villalago. It's stupid, son.
It did.
Ty been on one today, bro. Oh.
It got that Jada Pinkett Smith shit. What's that shit? Alopecia.
Alopecia.
One time, Dream said he got these
it's
worst
gonna be
chicken
in
fingers
the-
at Dave and Buster's one time. Shit.
Yo, those Nathan chicken fingers are gonna be in G.I. Jane 3.
Yeah, for real. Balding.
Keep my chicken fingers out your
Yeah.
fucking mouth.
No, I had to
What am
look
I
at the
supposed
door.
to do with them?
I had to look at the door, man. Make sure Will ain't coming in here.
How do you guys feel about taking those chicken fingers and putting them in between bread and making a chicken sandwich?
Pointless.
Whoa. I mean, damn, I don't know about pointless.
You said, how do I feel? That's how.
Yeah, I know. I was like, damn, no, I'm a respect it, but she's.
Well, all right. So hold on, wait. You're rich, so you have bread just laying around your house. You know, Amazon
Who's
emails.
rich?
Amazon emails you like, "Yo, there's bread on sale."
You had to bring up Amazon,
Yeah,
Cap.
my bad.
No,
The low hanging
we
fruit.
talking about bougie. I had to.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. I like nice things.
You know,
I'll be
no,
honest.
I hear you. I've never thought about it,
Hey,
to be honest with you.
dude,
Because now
dude.
I'm thinking of like a chicken tender with a hot dog bun and some fucking ketchup. Woo.
Buffalo Wild Wings does that though. They're called the Wild Dogs or some shit. Take a look.
What?
Yes, you could. I'll get the name.
Yo, while he's looking at, I just want to point out, this is all jokes and fun. Yo,
Of
Cat,
course, come on, man.
we work hard, man. We like the things we like. We work hard to get the things we like. Fucking,
Nah,
It's funny because, like, I will be extremely cheap on certain things, and then spend a little on other things. So it's like it's funny how that differs from different people. Like I told you guys a story about my old boss at the sneaker store. My man was lavish, hella cars, jewelry, clothes. Like he will spend $1,500 on shoes, which I think is ridiculous. I would never in my life.
Yeah.
But then he looks at me one day. He goes, "Yo, John, man, I don't know how you could spend $65 on a video game."
Yo, that
Man.
even fucked up Lay, son.
Yeah, like 60. Like
I just picture Lay. He did what?
Like I picture.
1,500.
Yeah, I was looking at this man like it's $65, bro. Like when you buy us lunch, it'd be like $50, and you buy us lunch every day. He goes, yeah, but like I don't get the enjoyment out of it. And I'm like, all right, hold on. I was like, do you like to go to the movie theaters? He goes, yeah, I love to go to the movies. I'm like, all right, a ticket is what, $18 for 2 hours. So that's $9 an hour that you're playing. A video game that I pay $60 for. If I get 10 hours out of that shit, I just pay $6 an hour. And if I could get a video game 50 hours on it, like that's how I look at entertainment. That's how I look at movie theaters. That's how I look at going to sporting events and shit like that. Sporting events very expensive, but like look at it by the time.
Yeah.
Like if I could get 3-4 hours and the shit runs to like $100, yeah, I paid $25 to $30 an hour for a good time. It's not bad.
Cap,
It sure beats going to the bar and the club and buying bottles and shit over there. You know how many fucking pointless nights I threw down $300, $400, $500 on bottles, and I went home with not even a phone number? Get out of here. That sucks.
No, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a serious question here.
Yes.
Why do you view entertainment as if you were ordering hookers?
It's
That's,
by
that's
the
what
time.
it is.
Yeah,
That's
but
what you
because
pay them to leave.
because you want to know why, bro? And that's funny. I never had anybody put it like that. But I work a lot, man, and I don't have a lot of time. So like, let's say I get home, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I got 2 to 3 hours to just chill before I gotta go to sleep and go fucking do it again. I break it down that way. Yo, and I'll do this shit with like food and purchases. Like I'll be like, all right, that shit is $100. If I skip out on 3 Uber Eats orders, then it's fine. I'll just make a sandwich. Cause I be having shit to eat there and I still order out. That's my most toxic trait. Like I have sandwich, I got cold cuts, I got rice, I got chicken breast that I can just, and I'll still order food because of that shit. But I never had anybody say it like that. That's really funny.
Dude,
Yeah.
yo, it's not like I know what the fuck that's about, but they do when you're in
By the
military,
hour.
when you go-
Yeah.
in the military, when you go overseas, they give you a breakdown of all the possible pitfalls of shit.
Love you long time. Me so
And, yo,
horny.
It's weird when you get there because Naples is fucking famous
Yeah.
for street walkers. Literally,
Trust me, I
the
know.
minute the sunlight goes down, these women just show up.
My guests be telling me all the time.
And they fucking, when you drive the fucking main highway down to Naples, you just see cars pulled over on the side of the road and people walking out of bushes fixing themselves. So they gave us a fucking like a PowerPoint presentation on it. That's the real reason why that triggered me, because it was just a weird thing to hear. Hey, I'm paying for this much an hour and it's entertainment. I'm paying for this.
Yeah, that's how I look at
Yo,
it.
Cap, what's the
I'm
saying?
to that.
Liberty lasts a weekend, but what?
Chlamydia lasts a lifetime or something.
The funny thing is, I'm 100% with Cavs. Like, let's say, like I said, Amazon, right? Their Amazon Video. I literally paid and combined for 3 movies: Code of Silence, Showdown Little Tokyo, and Action Jackson. Each one of them are like $5.
That's such a list, bro.
Absolutely, it is.
It's
Very
so-
much so.
okay, I got him.
So I'm saying, so I it's $15, right? How many times I've seen those movies already?
Yeah.
Like, they paid for themselves already.
Yeah.
And I'm never disappointed because I know what I'm getting. Don't get me wrong, I've seen so many movies. I think they're good. But I'm like, I can go back to those anytime when I want. They're mine. It's not like I bought them for 2 days.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't buy shit like that anyway anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I have a $400 piece of leather armor. That's a chest piece, 2 braziers, and it actually came with actual real fucking daggers.
Jesus.
Nice.
I bought at the Renaissance Fair.
Fair.
Yes.
So
I was about to say, that sounds really Renaissance-ish.
if anybody's seen my Green Lantern cosplay, that's the pieces I used.
It's been a minute since I went to a Ren fair, bro.
Dude,
Ren fair's so
I go
good.
all the time except for this year, but that I used it for that thing.
Mhm.
My relationship with money is every time I have to spend it, even if it's for shit that I need, I'm like, yo, fuck this. I saved $400 specific for that.
For that, yeah.
And it took me, like, I should have just went straight to you were there, right? So when I bought it?
Yep.
Yo, how long did we walk around and do shit before I even went to the fucking
2 hours.
Yeah, like I should have just went straight there, handed the money, grabbed my shit, put it on, and been fine. Now, I went to another shop, I looked at some other things. I was like really contemplating in my head, like, do I need to give up this money? Even though I saved it specific for this, do I need to give this money up? Because I'm not too sure now.
I do the same thing.
So
It happens all the time.
for
Like,
example, right? I bought this, right? It's like a Winter Soldier kind of thing going on. It's literally what it is. It's like a jacket with the arm.
can you turn it around? Let me see the back. The other side. That's sick. Yeah,
See?
it's pretty sick.
And then it has the arm here, right?
Oh, that's sick.
It's a workout gear, right?
Yeah.
It's by Superhero X. So remember the Moon Knight thing I showed you guys, the hoodie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same company, right?
Okay.
So I've literally worn this to almost every appointment I've had for my little one. We're about to have. Almost every time I rock the same thing, and it's not even on purpose. So the thing with this is, I had ordered it. It's like $100-something bucks, right? But the problem is, I never got it. Come to find out, it was in the hub thing in my mom's apartment, like the locker. The thing is, they never told me it was in the locker. So I said, yo, you know what? I never got it, and they sent me money to like reimburse me. I took it out, and I was able to buy the Moon Knight thing with the money they sent me to reimburse.
So
But the
look
thing
at
is,
this link, Toad.
I unintentionally do it all the time. All the time, I put it on. You know what I'm saying? It just happens that when I go to the appointments with her, every single time, never fails, man.
Bird
And it's in the house
dogs.
technically. You know what I'm saying?
Put that up on screen. The bird dogs.
Yo, but
They're nothing out of this world, but it's really they're There's a really nice it's cheap. Bird dogs. Yeah. So a lot of these ghost restaurants be on like Uber Eats and shit, right? So I found a restaurant that did this shit, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I ordered it, and then it's from fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, but it was named something else, like Bird Dog Heaven or some shit. Those ghost kitchens are so weird, man.
Yeah, if you wanted to see what Cap was talking about.
Well, I wanted you to see it.
No.
It's a oh yes, I seen that. That
I
pauldron
kind
looks
of get that feeling of the character that you made up, Cap. That's
Yes, that is my own take on the Green Lantern.
which is sick. It's like a samurai Green Lantern.
But also that character that you told us about, that be your character you made up a comic book about.
Yes.
Like the armor's green, so I can kind of see that coming out of there.
Yeah.
I love the splash of paint on Toe's forehead.
Oh, it's also on my cheek.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to your costume.
Yeah, it's a war paint. Because, you know, I was trying to do like a Superboy Blue Lantern. And,
okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
Yeah, and I was looking at the mask. I was like, yo, this mask is uncomfortable. So, and it didn't stay on, you know, that well. So I was like, let me do something just in case. And I just said, whoop, with the face paint. Because I was going to do it on both sides. But when I did the one side, Cap was like, yo, perfect.
Perfect. Yes. I would have not liked both sides. And yes, Ty, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. An ancient samurai that found the lantern ring.
That's actually a great idea.
That is incredible. Cap, go call Crazy Chris the cartoonist now and make it happen.
Word.
Absolutely.
Fuck copyright infringement. Just put it out there.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea, man.
I mean, we can make that character, but it doesn't have to be a Green Lantern. We can.
You don't gotta be a lantern. That's what I'm saying.
Not at all. I mean, it could be a kind of moonlight thing was handed down by generation or some shit like that. Like, you know, or something you come up with yourself. You never know.
Yeah.
Just the armor got to look the same though.
Word.
Bro, there's illustrators and artists out there that have no idea how to put a fucking story together, but they can draw their asses off. Yeah.
That's
and they just looking for people like you, like Cap, like, yo, tell me what to draw. I will draw it. Just tell me.
So my problem is I could sit here and pitch you the most amazing story. I can't write the movie script.
Yeah, and then that's where you got the writers.
Like I can't write the dialogue and all that shit. And
1,000,000%.
But I can tell you what the
storyboarders, right? Like you can do like a storyboard, and then it'll translate. That's how Keanu got his thing done. His the Berserker thing. He had the idea, then somebody put it on paper, and then somebody put it out there, and that was about to be a movie. And a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I told this to Toe earlier while we were like bullshitting before the show starts. I was looking at a YouTube video that it just showed up on my feed on my way home. So and I didn't get the article or anything, but apparently Papa Feige is like, yo, we hear you, and I am currently working on fixing all of the Phase 4 shit that people didn't like. And it's like, you can't fix everything, you can't appease everyone, but I think he's heard the cries, is what I'm saying. Yeah. He's heard the cries, and hopefully we can work off of it, because some of these things are a little too late into production, maybe to like pull back now. Yeah. And some of these things are coming out already, but I thought it was encouraging news.
I'm gonna go with Cabs on it. Yo, let the chip fall where they may. And just go on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
I was disappointed. I was disappointed with Blade.
Same here.
But let it cook. Let's make it right. And apparently, so huge news today. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Tom Holland is confirmed for MCU Spider-Man. Yeah. And apparently, it's right after Daredevil Born Again. D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. I have been saying like, hey, maybe we show up, maybe we don't, and apparently that's why everything is getting pushed out so far, because it's kind of like the same thing happened with No Way Home, that they had to push a couple things for No Way Home. So apparently it's gonna be a more grounded story, grittier, street level. Daredevil and Spider-Man. Charlie Cox has been saying it from the very beginning. He would like to work it. I'm not gonna get excited until I see it, but great news.
This
I'll tell
time
you
without
this
the
much,
oops.
what I don't want to
Yeah.
happen anymore with Spider-Man, because he's been through everything. I don't want him to have a mentor again. I want him to have a partner.
I want him to
He has
go
been
all the
through a
fuck
lot
out.
of-
I want him to go
Yo,
all out. Stop
I
pulling
want
the
him-
punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want him to be an equal partner, not somebody that's everything he's been through, especially that Doctor Strange shit. My man, with all due respect, Daredevil's never been through anything like that. My man,
Yeah.
you know what I did before you see me here, bro? I made a fucking sorcerer have everybody forget about me.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, bro.
I sacrificed my life.
I would
Right?
like Daredevil. I would like Daredevil to kind of like be there and keep Peter from jumping off the edge.
Keep him grounded. All puns
But
intended.
also sometimes just like turn your back, like, bro, do what you gotta do. Like,
You know-
get the information out.
You know
Don't
what
kill
I,
the guy.
you know
but
what
get
I
the
would like
info
to
out.
see?
What's
Real quick. I would like to see Daredevil and Spider-Man fight each other in the beginning of this fucking movie.
Hell yeah, that's how they gotta
Hell
meet.
yeah.
That's how
Hell
they
yeah.
meet. Of course.
Every superhero does that. They
Yeah.
never talk. They just throw hands.
And I could already see it with fucking Matt Murdock getting web on him. Like, yo, that's
'Cause-
fucking gross.
'cause
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can see it.
Daredevil has this almost the same agility as Spider-Man.
Very similar skill set without the
Yeah.
swinging and the
Yeah, yeah.
fucking superhuman power.
Yeah.
And I just really want to see that point with Spider-Man. You remember that episode of Justice League where Superman goes, "Oh, so now I can cut loose. I can
Yes.
do without my full potential."
Yes.
Well, I've never been in a line of "you can take it, can't you, big man?" I'm like, you made it weird, Superman. We've all knew you were sus
Yeah.
for years.
You
made
can
it
take
weird.
it. Yeah, I was like, come on,
You made
Superman.
it
But like,
weird.
I
But
would
anyway,
love to hear like a moment where Peter's just like thinking of what Andrew told him.
Oh yeah.
I stopped pulling my punches, and you just see him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go.
because at the end of No Way Home, and even that hallway scene with the Goblin,
Mhm.
that was the realest we've ever seen Peter. Like he was like hitting this
Absolutely,
man, bro. I would love.
Yeah, but I want to see him, whoever that individual is, and with all puns intended, somebody that can take it. I want to see Spider-Man go, "Oh, so you want to test me?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how strong I really am." And that's how you punch the Hulk into low orbit,
Yeah.
because he's done that.
Spider-Man punched the Hulk into low orbit.
Into low orbit, yeah, because he was like it was a thing of between fear and wanting to survive, and he just hit him, and he just
Dude,
You know what I
spiders
mean?
have like 10 times their body size. of
Exactly.
some shit.
everybody
they are
forgets
like
that he
ants.
has the strength of a spider, equivalent of a human being, and that's strong, brother. Just like an ant.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
You know, with Ant-Man, same thing. You know, but yeah, I'm sorry, as you guys were saying, yeah.
No, I
Dude,
think
that's where you
everybody.
put- That's where you put Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yo, you show up,
Absolutely.
you put
Absolutely.
Tombstone and Hammerhead.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You read my mind, man. And that's if you wanted to keep it really street level, that's how you do it. Those two guys, you know, two mafioso guys like that. That's perfect. You know what I mean?
Yo, and if you want, I'm gonna fucking champion this dude until they put him in something. The Matador.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking you get an Antonio Banderas type, or maybe the dude who's playing Cassian Andor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get him in there. Yo, you have him. Like, so I heard some bad news that Deborah Ann Wall, the lady who plays Karen Page in the Netflix show, doesn't believe that she's gonna get recasted as Karen Page for Marvel.
That's a little messed up.
Which I got something to say about that. But if you have Daredevil, who's in the will they won't they scenario with Karen Page at the end of Born Again, and this happens, that motherfucker showing up doing the whole smooth Latin thing, getting in the way, but the whole time he knows what he's doing. But Matt's just like, yo, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah,
And then they fight.
yeah, yeah. Like it's always fun to see two characters that are matched up pretty equally, but a hero and a villain. That's why I appreciated Winter Soldier so much, because Cap and Bucky are technically the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, when they fight, you're like, it's literally, it's not strength versus strength, it's skill versus skill. And with Matt and Omato, it'll be the same thing. And with Matt is Spider-Man in many ways, you know what I'm saying? Because Spider-Man is stronger, but Matt is more skilled and more experienced in a sense of street level, you know, not in some grand Avengers space alien bullshit, you know what I mean?
No,
If we're talking about ground level, my money's gonna be on Matt all the time because he knows the dirty tricks.
Let's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
up.
Yo, for the guys who watch wrestling here,
Nah.
you know how in a wrestling match, sometimes in the indies or sometimes the show, they'll go back like, I'll do this move, you duck. I'll do this move, you duck, and go back and forth. And then at the end of it, everybody's cheering. Yo, the Peter Tingle versus Matt's radar sense.
Hell yeah.
Matt throws something.
Yep.
Spider-Man dodges. Spider-Man throws something. Matt dodges. And Spider-Man's like, wait, but I'm supposed to be faster. And Matt's just fucking.
Exactly.
It's like
Matt's
superheroes.
Yo, but you do it in a way where clearly Spider-Man knows something's coming, so he got out of the way in time. But Matt, he's just out of the way
Yeah.
to show that Spider-Man is fast, but his radar sense.
It's like superhero Wimbledon. Just back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like superhero pickleball.
I think if you have a great factor for Matt to use will definitely be the batons and the way he's able to do the ricochet thing.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I don't think he's experienced anything like that in any of the movies. And like you imagine he thinks it's coming in front of him, back of his head, he goes, God damn, really? Who throws sticks?
Yeah.
Like that. But I got you, didn't I?
Super quippy line. Like,
Yeah, he goes, but
dude,
I
you
got
got
you, didn't I?
sticks? Like, yeah, I can
Those
totally
sticks.
see it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He goes, listen, it's a long story. I knew a guy named Stick, but that doesn't matter right now. You know what I'm saying?
And we
we can.
That's
If
all
we
I
go street
wanted.
Level, yo,
Just
there's
That's all I wanted.
people that Stick has trained that are street level that can be brought in, and that's in a Disney series where you could link it to one guy. You could. I mean, if you want to get cute about it, I know Cap definitely knows. You want to get cute about it, Stick can link a lot of people by himself. But you know, switchful thinking on this part. Yeah, but Matt first, like I said, Matt and Spider-Man as partners, not mentor. He's had 2 mentors already. Let's get that shit out the way, right? He's met himself from other variants of himself. He's done. I don't need a mentor. I've grown up. All right.
Yeah.
I live in a city.
No more Thor arcs. No
I
more
want
Thor
grown
arcs.
man Spider-Man in the thick of things. He don't need no more help. He knows exactly who he
Exactly.
is.
Thank you. Yep.
Like him in the video game. In the video game that just came out, my man is 23 years old. He's been doing this for 7-8 years. You see, my man needs no help. He got it.
What if you do the classic thing where Spider-Man's like, well, we got to do this the right way,
Hell
turn
yeah,
them into
Ty.
the law, and Daredevil's like, no, the law failed. Now we do justice. And they have to do the same goal, 2 different complete ways. It's not a mentorship. It's an uneasy alliance because
Uneasy alliance.
That's
what
I'd
I'm
much
talking
rather
about.
have you with me than have to fight you and them.
Ty,
Yeah.
Ty, everything that we're saying here, Ty, is all wrapped around in him being broke and having to pay bills and working for the Bugle. I mean, it might be different now because the Bugle is like a podcast almost. Maybe they put back the bill. Who knows? Maybe he is like doing
Creates content for them.
Yeah, maybe he creates websites or something.
Instagram
on the low.
posts.
Yeah, social media.
exactly,
They will put the social media aspect into it,
Yeah.
which is they've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Do you really want to see? Let me not say nothing.
Well, not
You
like
know,
he's taking pictures
I
for
don't
the
wanna get-
Instagram and
No, but I don't want to get political on this thing.
No. I mean, look, if you look at it, look.
I mean, I would want to hear you get political, but not at 12.
Yeah.
If it was 11:30, I would tell you to go for it.
Well, one show already got way too social media for us. So let's just have it tread around it. Like, we don't live in it.
I'm okay
Yeah,
with him
that's-
taking pictures.
My thing is, like, do you really want to see Peter Parker work for somebody who's like Alex Jones?
Ooh.
I mean,
Like, because that's what J. Jonah in this universe.
it
Ultimately
essentially is. Yeah. No, yeah.
You're right. No, you're right.
He
You're right.
could make a pivot.
well, the one thing about J. Jonah Jameson is he may be an asshole, but he's one of those people that when he found out Peter Parker was Spider-Man, he never gave him up.
Yeah, but this version, the MCU version,
He did.
I don't think that's true because he immediately Peter
Drop-
Parker is Spider-Man.
He dropped dime.
Yeah.
He immediately.
Well, now we've forgotten. We've forgotten.
Oh, that's
but no, I
true.
would
That is
like,
true.
yo, I mean, I would like to see him taking pictures, whatever. He's gonna have a job,
Yeah.
whether it's pictures or delivering pizza, whatever it is. I
you
want
know,
to see him broke and struggling. Yes, I
in
want to see
today's
that.
day and age, he can just be the YouTube or the blogger that takes.
I was about to say that. A blogger,
Sure,
yeah.
or he takes his own pictures. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I'm with that. Like, oh, he runs the main Spider-Man website.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but-
and Jay Jonah is always trying to get that shit shut down,
Yeah.
but he can't because he got the power of the viewers behind him.
But
Yeah,
you
love
know-
it, love it.
But
You know what's
but
crazy
the
though?
funny part is it only pays enough to keep him afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Like, he
still
never
broke as
gets real
shit.
sponsors. He just gets
Yeah.
like, I live here. This is
Yo,
where
yeah,
everything
you know what
is.
And you can see him like reaching out to
Right, though.
sponsors, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Look, Spider-Man, we're sorry, but your name is just kind of wild right now. We can't
Yeah.
really, you know."
Exactly.
Sorry, Tom. I'll let
And
you
that's
go.
when
in a
you're
second.
bringing Matt. He goes, and now you're associated with the devil of Hell's Kitchen. That's tough for us to get behind. The devil?
I want now more than ever
Mhm.
for a Spider-Man movie and this could be played for a laugh
Mhm.
for Peter Parker to be like, all right, I'm gonna show you the new Spider-Man, the new sighting of Spider-Man, but first I'm sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. I'm 100% down with that.
Love it.
1,000,000%
Love
down
it.
with that.
Love it. He said, you know what I use when this suit isn't on? Manscaping. You're like,
Yeah.
Yo,
You
it's
know-
just,
But
It stops
With
chafing.
man,
It stops chafing.
the Peter got a Blue Chew ad.
Yeah, that
Oh,
would be
shit,
so
whatever.
funny.
But you
That would
know,
be so
you know the thing is though, the only person we actually know where they get their money from is Tony Stark. Everyone else is like, how does Cap get his money? How does Sam get it? So-
Tony
No.
was paying him.
no, but I'm saying like they could gloss
now, what
over
if we shield with
Peter.
paying Cap?
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
they could gloss over Peter. You're just having a regular fucking 9 to 5.
Like, but you know what
Yeah,
it
of
is?
course,
You know
of
what
course.
Peter, the struggle with Peter has always been the most relatable part.
Yeah,
We see him get fired 8,000 times because he's being Spider-Man and not being
Yeah.
responsible
Yeah,
for
but-
rent.
so
I would love to see him have a
here-
pizza job.
But
real
here's
quick.
Yeah.
the thing though.
Like
With
for like a
Tom
minute.
Holland's Spider-Man,
Mhm.
we're connected to Spider-Man and not necessarily Peter. Because every part of Peter's story from Tom Holland was secondary to the Spider-Man story. Where in No Way Home, when Tobey Maguire came in and Andrew Garfunkel came in, their Peters were more like we related to their Peters more, not because we knew them more. They had, yeah, I know, they had like
know,
stronger
yeah,
Peter
just like-
Parkers
They
than
were
Tom
adults.
Holland.
They were adults. So that's what I'm saying. Like they've been through that shit already. Like we've seen those Peters
has a
go through
background.
that.
No, but-
so we want this Tom Holland
No,
to go
but
through
what
that.
I'm saying is like when Tom Holland was in high school, they were like, "Oh, he got a date to the prom," and then the father immediately found out he's Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man. Then he's
By the
in.
way,
Then he's in
still an
England.
amazing scene.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Love
yeah,
that scene.
yeah. Then he's in England, and he gets the girl, and now he's Spider Monkey. It's like
Night
there's
Monkey, sir.
Night Monkey. But you know, it's like there's a lot of where we could have got connection with Peter, but oh shit, he needs to be Spider-Man.
So let's get that now. That's what I'm saying. That's
'Cause
exactly
now
what
that
I'm
he's-
saying.
now that
Let's
he's,
get
like,
that now.
level, yeah. I'm
Let's
with
see
that.
him go through it. Let's see the bills late. Let's
The
see
struggle.
struggling for the job. Let's see that now. 'cause
Can we? The question is, can we?
it's gonna be a 3-hour movie, but I'll never say
I'm
no to
saying
that.
from
Yo.
Tom Holland. Can we get that character from him?
I mean, why not?
Absolutely.
yo,
You can do that. Tom
you
Holland
want to
can
know
do
if you can get that? Go back to Spider-Man Far From Home. What was the first one? Homecoming?
Homecoming.
Yeah.
When he's trapped underneath the fucking thing
Yep.
and he's
Just look.
yelling for help, all
Yeah.
he's got to do is tap back into that.
Yep, absolutely.
Tap back into that moment and
Mhm.
get us on his side again.
Good
It's
scene,
funny,
man.
even
I felt
even when he doesn't destroy Vulture and he's like he saves his life. That's that human side of him really between that scene and the one Cap was talking about. I think yeah, he can definitely do it easily. You know what I'm saying?
that. All right, fellas, I gotta go to sleep. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't want
All
to
right.
mess up
Yeah, of
the
course.
Night Monkey chat, but I
Yeah.
definitely got
Well-
to mute.
Night monkeys.
Well, on that note,
Sorry.
you see the segue? It's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Yo, everybody, thank you, Ty, Ash,
Yeah, man.
Anthony.
Appreciate the questions.
Great, yeah.
Anthony, too, out there
Yep.
with the great questions.
Yep.
Bro, Toe,
Great match.
Where's Show?
I saw him earlier, so, he's around.
Yeah,
around.
he's still alive, but
He didn't even show up in the chat. That was weird, too.
yeah.
Oh, he did for a
Yeah.
sec. Lucky came out too. Thank you, man.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Wait, Show
Love
came in
ya.
the chat.